the south side, yeah, that's right. Reppin' in the wood, got my hustle tight. From Chi-Town streets where the wind blows, fierce, built up like steel, can't nobody pierce.
Hey, you guys, it's your girl D Love from the South Side, Inglewood for life, Chicago, that is. And I decided to change it up just a little. I want to get another perspective of the Thornton Township situation, the the drama, and I wanted to see what do other people think about what's going on. So I decided I reached out to one of my subscribers who happened to be younger than me, and we were just having a conversation, and I was like, "Hey, why don't you come on my live and let's talk about it?" So, no further ado, I am going to introduce my guest for today. My guest is the unknown Low. How are you today, unknown Low?
I'm good to you.
Good. I am so happy to have you today. And yes, I'm sorry. Trying to multitask, sometimes that could be a little difficult. But I appreciate you coming on the line today. And let's just having the discussion on, as a young person, as yourself, what do you think about what's going on and what you have seen in the news? Now, in our conversation earlier, you stated that you lived in or live in the Thornton Township or Dalton area. Can you explain that?
Yes, I did live in the Thornton Township area, in Harvey. Uh, it did a complete change. It went from good to, I don't want to say bad, but it went from good, bad to good.
You saying the township or the city that you lived in?
Like Harvey or Dalton, them areas. It's like it's
Oh,
trying to regain its look back.
you said it's look back. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. So what do you mean by it's look back?
Mm, I don't know that it was the grass was greener, the houses was better, it was more kept. Uh, I didn't feel like it was a lot of violence in the area back
Oh,
then when I was there.
okay, so now do you still live in Thornton Township community?
No, I don't. I used to.
Oh, okay. 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 So let me ask you this. So you used to now do where do you live now? I mean, not say where you live now. Did you grow up in the area and how long did you stay in Thornton Township?
It was like a skip and a jump. Like I went
Oh,
from Dixmoor to Harvey, and then I was like in and out of Harvey. But I just seen a dramatic change.
oh, okay. So before we get too far into the conversation I want to have from, from your perspective since you say you grew up or and you're familiar with the Thornton Township area. Did you go to school out in that area, Thornton Township? Or
I
what
went to
school did
Thornton
you go?
High School in Harvey for
Okay.
like 1 year. It was it was nice.
Okay.
That's when Eric Kellogg was mayor at the time, and it was at 04, 05 in that area.
Okay. Oh, really? So okay, so the Mayor Kellogg. So how but back then they didn't have social media like they do today, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Back
Oh,
then they had party lines, so that's how
oh,
everybody connected with each other.
oh, okay, okay. So you went to Thornton High School. Did you go to a college out in the Thornton Township area?
Yeah, I went to South Suburban.
Oh, you did. Okay. Hey,
college.
if you went to South Suburban, so that means did you go to Good Burger or was Good Burgers there when you was
I
there?
didn't see Good Burger at that time. It was like '09. When did she come out? Good Burger.
I don't know. That's a good question. Well,
Cause I didn't see that because there was not a lot of people. Like usually people hang out in the cafeteria that the place that she said she was in South Suburban. But
mhm.
people was really pretty much waiting for their buses or they rides.
Oh,
Uh,
so you saying so it's not like the traditional college where the cafeteria is where you everyone goes and hang out. You just
I mean,
pass
they
by.
was, but they was pretty much waiting on their classes. Like you seen, like people that played for the basketball team and stuff like that. There or play for
Okay.
sports. But
Okay.
I feel like it was just pretty much waiting on their classes. It wasn't not like no like the Parkers
Oh,
show.
like okay. But when Tiffany talks about the her restaurant there, was it but did it have a lot of traffic? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It didn't have a lot of traffic. No. It
Oh,
was just you was just going or coming because it was a lot of people. A lot of people was pretty much going to like UPS to work. So
okay.
it's either you working or you was going home or you was waiting for a class.
Oh, okay. Now, did you know Nate Fields? I know he's. How old are you? May I ask?
34.
34. Okay. She said Good Burger was in 2017.
Good Burger was 2017.
Hmm.
2017. Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't there at that time
Okay.
when Good Burger. It was like 2009.
Oh,
But yeah.
okay. It was well before her
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I know that you've been. So do you? So you say you don't live. So you don't live in the south suburbs anymore, correct?
Not anymore. No.
Okay. And what do you remember? How long did you? Let me say this. How long? Ask. How long did you live in the south suburbs in the
Since
Southland?
2022. That was my
Oh,
last year
okay.
of what's
So,
that? August
oh,
2020.
okay. But I mean, like, before then, like, what year did you come here? Go to,
Oh, with the South Suburbs.
yes.
20. Nope, I don't want to say 20. 2001. Is that the same as September 11th? That's when it happened.
Oh, yeah.
2001. Okay,
No,
yeah,
I think it's, oh, was, okay. Yeah. Oh, that was so long ago.
correct.
Yes.
2001.
Oh, okay. Wow. You was there a long time. So you've seen a lot in the Thornton Township area. Now, do you remember or can you tell us? Because I have a I don't really remember that stuff. Like, do you remember the Thornton Township bill? You know, like the things that they provide for the community. You know, like the lunches, she has a school after school. There's an after school program, seniors, uh, uh, where they feed seniors and whatnot. Do you remember anything about the Thornton Township and what they did back then?
Thornton Township.
Hmm.
I just remember back in 2018, 2018, between 2018 and 2020, I remember they was all about like health wellness. They did like stuff like blood pressure checks, uh, cholesterol, I believe, because I remember my grandma, she went there just to see if she had dementia and she wanted to see if she can like do other stuff to get out there in Thornton Township to I guess she was retired and she wanted to I guess to see if she can uh interact with
Basically,
other people her age.
oh, okay, okay. Basically, kind of
So
maintain her independence.
yeah, so basically um they did all the stuff like blood pressure. They did everything. They said they'll pick her up for like different occasions for the bingo and stuff like that. I don't remember I truly don't remember them saying because they gave us a calendar, but they did not give us a calendar saying like I believe Zuccarelli was the supervisor at the
Yeah,
time. So
Frank
I don't
Zuccarelli.
believe that's Zuccarelli was there for those occasions for bingos and stuff.
Oh, okay. So, but they didn't have his picture, or anything. Did you ever know
I
what
didn't
he
even know
looked
what
like?
he looked like.
They
They just
didn't.
had stuff for that township, like in Riverdale. Riverdale had their own little thing for that. It wasn't big like how Tiffany make it seem like for bingo night or
Oh,
bingo and stuff like that. And they never
okay.
said nothing about winning like TVs or anything like that. I remember that. It
Oh,
was just
wow.
for
That's
them to
interesting.
it was just for them to know other senior citizens in the area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have
So,
friends.
oh, that's interesting. So, what is there anything else you remember about Thornton, or did you have any relationship with Dalton at all back then?
Oh no. Thornton Township, South Holland, I remember the woman, I don't remember her name.
The assessor.
The assessor. She was very nice. She was very informative about a lot of stuff. But I can't see her being on no other way how they try to make her seem in the media. She just doing her job. That's how I feel. She always when I was there, she did her job for a situation I had to go to her about
Oh, okay. And this the lady. She has the blonde hair and the
blonde hair. Yeah, I
yes.
remember her office. Yeah,
Oh, you went to her office. Where was her office at?
her office was like in the same spot that they said that they locked her out of. Yeah, I remember that. It seemed like it was
Oh,
in the back, like somewhere deep, far in the back of the Thornton Township area.
oh,
Like you had to walk a long hallway just to get to her office.
okay. Okay. Now, is there any before we move further or move on to something else? Was there anything else you wanted to say about Dalton, or just like what you remember when you were growing up or here back
Dalton,
then, or
Dalton
what?
was nice
Mm,
back then. Like high school years, 04, 05.
mm-hmm.
That was nice. Like they had, I don't know, you had like they trying to make it seem like Dalton is like a low income area or something, but Dalton was really nice back then. To me, it was.
Okay.
They didn't. I don't know. It was just like a normal, like every suburb. Like they always portrayed like the suburbs. If you stayed in Chicago, they always made it seem like the suburbs was the best thing in Chicago, and that's what the I would say that the suburbs would look like better from Chicago. Like they try to make it seem like it was just this green picket fence type of thing, like but they had that look back then. But I guess they lost it.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not the
Sure wants to
same.
know Sure wants to know how do you feel about the news um now compared to back then?
How you feel about the news compared back then? Like what kind of news?
Uh,
Like how
uh,
things changed back then?
okay. Yes. Well, you can say yes. How it has changed from now to then, from then to now.
Think the news? I don't know, cause it's like even when I was I was living in Chicago, so I don't know how it was in the suburbs with they news. Like Chicago news was like I don't know, it was just like more like
But I
rapists in the
okay, you can
area.
say that word on here. Hey,
Oh, my bad.
listen. But I think because of the back then, again, when you was here or when you was whatever, that the social media was not as prevalent as it is now.
I mean, if they talking about government, I would say they made like Richard Daley like the most better person back then. What was like Richard Daley, and who was like the school for the school board? I remember his name. For CPS. He was
Dallas,
real big, huh?
Dallas,
No,
Vallas.
no. It was somebody else. It was a white man that was.
Dallas.
I don't know. I
You
feel
you
like they,
you,
because they
you
always
went,
talked about him in the school.
he ended up going to work for Barack Obama at some point.
I don't know how you feel about the drama now. Back, oh damn, without much drama. The drama now is intense. Like back
Okay.
then, it wasn't intense. We like it's so intense to a point where I feel like kids may know about these situations. We didn't know about like government. We didn't have them issues back then. Like where we had to think about them type of, you know, we knew what was. We just knew Richard Daley. He was just the mayor. We just
Okay.
didn't know what was his whole outcome of like he may have did some things, but we ain't never knew about it. We just knew he was just the mayor. But
Mhm.
our parents probably knew more than what we knew.
Okay. So you was kind of more like innocent
Yeah, we just
of
knew
what.
that he was there,
Okay.
and everything was like sunshine and you know what I'm saying, glitter and gold, and that's how it was back then.
Okay. Okay. And you said you went to Thornton High School, correct?
Hmm.
Okay. And did you know Nate Fields?
I never knew. I don't recall him or what's that Michael DOCCS.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
I don't recall him. I don't recall nothing. I mean, and then on top of that, I can't really say because anybody that know me, they'll say that I was quiet, so I'll just I don't remember them. So yeah,
Okay.
I do have family there. I have family all over Chicago and Harvey and Matson, all over the south suburbs.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just
Oh,
asking to Cheryl and Graham.
oh, okay. Okay. Oh my God, we got burgundy blue. Sure,
Right.
why did you not tell me about it? Oh, that's burgundy blue. Oh, what a honor. We done came a long way. Have burgundy blue up. Okay, so let's get back. So you grew up in, well, you didn't grow up here, right? You just you did you flew here, you didn't grew here, correct?
I've been there.
Oh, that's funny.
I've been at Cook County. I'm just like, no, but no, but no, I've been there. So it just, um, I don't know. It just changed throughout the years. I don't know. And like
So
I said, I haven't been here in what, 3 years?
oh, you've
It
been
been
in
3 years
Chicago.
now. It'd be 3 years in January. Well, no,
Okay.
it been 3 years already. So I haven't been there.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
let me say this. So, when you were here, you was here for Kellogg, correct?
I was here when Kellogg was there, and I remember when the feds came for him.
Okay. And just side note, I don't want to get too far off. When you said that, you remember when I hate to talk about this, when the feds came for Kellogg, what do you remember about it? This is just a side note.
When the feds came out there, I remember everything. They took the box off the doors. I remember they took everything out. I couldn't pay a water bill at that time. It was like 2018. Um,
Okay. And,
and
and I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but before you go, and at some point I'm going to bring Cheryl up so she can ask you questions also. But I wanted to know is when we're talking about Mayor Kellogg, who is Mayor Kellogg?
he the mayor of Harvey. He been there since I was in high school, and um, he was very big back then too.
Okay.
Like for a long time. And he been married for a long time. That's what I remember since like 04, 03 in there.
I know it's about 20 years at least
Yeah.
before he got taken out. So my question is, can you just, before we go further, can you give us a little background on yourself so we can have an idea of who you are?
Hmm.
Can you give
I
us
didn't
an
hear you, sorry.
example? I said, can you give us
Who
an
I am?
example? Yes. Like this, you don't have to tell all your business. Like, what do you want us to know about? I know that you're 34 and you're, I don't want to say young because
34. I just upset that how I know I'm 34 and it's not like I know Michael Smith, he there. Um, but
before
I
you say that,
just
I don't
uh,
want to cut you off, but I will say about you first.
oh me.
Yes, like,
Uh,
I don't mean, you're 34, so I'm sure you're working and are you in school? Do you have
I'm
kids? Like,
working. I'm in school. I'm in school for healthcare administration. I know how it feels to be like in the HR like situation, like governmental wise,
mhm.
like being in a situation where it's unfair. So I get it, especially for both sides, like the citizens and the like. Uh, I hate to say this, but Tiffany, um, but I get it though. I just get the whole role, like
Oh,
from
okay.
each parties.
So, okay, well, let's move on to that then. So let me ask you, you okay, so you're relatively younger than me, correct? So how do you see, like, when you see you are adults, so I'm not going to take anything away from that, but when you see people who are older than you are arguing with each other, and we're going to get to Tiffany also, but how does that make you feel as a younger person?
It's very embarrassing. Just knowing that I came from there, I didn't know nothing about it until I left there,
Okay.
and in 2018, I seen Tiffany, but it was like, okay, Dalton is small. I knew that Dalton was small. I'm like, okay, this just a suburb. Like, and then as soon as I left there, it was like, and I don't know, to be honest with you, I can't really pinpoint what I seen, but it's something that caught me. It's like I want to say it's one of the YouTubers that probably called me. I don't know, but they I start getting indulged in it, and I just like
Do
I
you
don't
see
know.
it as a soap opera,
I
a
did see it
reality
as a
show?
soap opera, like Love and Hip Hop type of thing, on a younger adult type of look, expect or perspective of everything. I guess.
So, okay, I don't know if you watch reality TV shows, but what do you compare
No,
this to? Oh, you don't? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Okay. It's like, what's that called? Love and Basketball. What's that called with Shawnee's show? And these are older
I
women.
don't
This is
watch
arguing
that.
with each other.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't watch that. I
Mm.
watch, you know. I don't be into like Bad Girls Club. I don't like stuff like that. Even at 34, I don't like that. So like,
So to watch them argue, and this is some, as a young person, you don't like particularly.
no, I don't feel like it's acceptable. It kind of like heartbreaking because it's like because I got grandparents
Hmm.
that's older. Like my grandfather about to be 104 next week, and it's like I couldn't see them. I couldn't imagine none of my grandparents or great grandparents or my grandparents even doing no stuff like that. Like, because they showed us an example. So it's like you should lead by example. It's like, why you can't lead by example? Even with the older people, I'm not saying I'm on Tiffany's side, but I'm just saying lead by example because even Tiffany, she got her part too. She got to, what I'm saying, come to conclusion for everything and stuff like that. What she
Hmm.
said, she got to, you know, say what she mean, but the older people, they gotta teach Tiffany too, of like, this is this is how it's supposed to be, like
So, do you think? But she has to be willing to listen in order to be taught. You have to
it's the
listen.
way that you talk to a person. You have to, it's everybody say they got education, but it's like you take sociology, you take psychology, and then y'all can't use that to, you know what I'm saying, to talk to this lady. If y'all say that like she's crazy or she don't know something, everybody don't know everything. We can learn from each other. Like, why we can't learn from each other? Like I said earlier, we like I seen other race. They make sure like for 12 hours on the job, they make sure that they good. They make sure that they can do everything like far as make sure they can go good, but we can't sit in the room for 2 hours just to make sure we good. Like, ask Tiffany, is she okay? Ask Tiffany, you know what I'm saying? Like, just ask her. Like, maybe you get a different approach from her. Like, that's what I would expect. Like, it's just maturity, it's wisdom. We all should know that. And
Yes.
I don't
Well,
know.
you know, in speaking with you earlier off this, you said to me, how come if Thornton Township has mental health, why don't they have mental health at these meetings? Because it's so
Yeah,
hot and toxic, and be there to help people to bring them
yeah,
down.
yeah, they do implement a lot of that, but it's
But
like I
it's not the
said, like,
meetings.
even with the Thornship town, the what's that, the Thorn Township, I told you they do blood pressure and they do the whole cholesterol thing and stuff like that. Like, why they just can't implement those things into, you know what I'm saying, into people of the city, and just overall of everybody, like, just making sure everybody good. I just know Chicago can be chaotic, like, everybody just thinking, like, everybody trying to attack each other, and I had to, like, really sit back and think, and because I had to be now I'm the outsider, that's what I'm saying, because I had to leave Chicago or to leave the Southland to see that. That's why Jedediah can move the way he do too, and I can see why I can just leave Chicago and I can be like, dang, that's how I was acting. Sometimes we got to reevaluate ourselves. And I don't think
Okay.
it's no time to reevaluate ourselves. And people not reevaluate themselves in Chicago. So they
Okay.
need to learn how to do that.
Okay, that's interesting. It's interesting to hear another, like a younger person's perspective. Do you think that, again, do you think that, I don't want to say, your older people are listening to younger people, or do you think that younger people have the opportunity to to have their voice heard?
The younger people have voice heard because we at the, that I always learned that, when we get to our 30s, even the 30-year-olds, because I'm 34, it's like the new, I don't know, like 20. Like, it feel like you a whole different person, like you mature. I don't know. It's
But
like
my,
we
but my
all don't
question
know
is,
everything. Huh?
do you think that we are listening to the older people?
No,
Okay.
I feel like it's vice versa.
Okay, okay. And through all the chaos, do you think that that is lost?
Yeah, it been lost.
Um, but
Yeah.
let me ask you this, because we did speak on this. I asked you earlier. I said, do you think if Tiffany had a came in humble, like she was in as a trustee, and not coming with that Nino Brown outfit, that it would have set the tone if she would have came in differently, and her attitude would have been different?
I think she did as a form of intimidation to the community. Like, you can't do that. Like, even if you know your own kind, she always hollering that she black. But if you know how we is as a black community, that's not something you intimidate, because we do take assumptions a different way, and we just go like 0 to 100 than any other nationality. I'm just saying, if she wanna, I'm not saying, I'm not, like I say, I'm not saying that Tiffany is right. Isn't I'm just saying everybody wrong, like in certain situations, in you know what I'm saying, like categories, but it just we just need to be real with ourselves, like how we talk to people, how we communicate with people. Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much overall.
okay, okay, okay. I need to bring my co-host on, but I just wanted to make sure
Mhm.
that I was able to, as we was talking, so you allow you to say some things you wanted to say.
Okay.
Okay. And this is for sure, please. Only. Okay, so like you was talking about Nate, and you saying you appreciate how um, Nate and his technology, and to bring to seniors.
Yeah. I feel like he liked the today's world. That's all. Like I understand a lot of seniors. You got some seniors that don't want to listen. I'm just saying my everyday experience with seniors because I do work with seniors on an everyday basis, but they don't want to learn. But sometimes you got to give them that creativity sometimes so they can understand. Like, okay, and then they get it after the fact. Like, okay,
Okay.
they don't have nothing else to do. So,
Okay, more. They sure they're gonna get you on that one. I want you to. I want to introduce my co-host Cheryl, and Cheryl, this is unknown low,
Hi, Unknown
unknown.
Low. How you doing?
I'm good to you.
Yeah,
Very, very well. Thank you for asking. Um, I was listening to you, and you are right. A lot of times, we older people can learn from younger people. I make that my choice to listen to younger people because you can learn things because times have changed. They're not like they were when we was growing up. So we have to listen to you all because this is your world now. You are our future. So we have to listen to you to make it better for you. Because once we're gone, you're going to have to take over from there. So, what do
Mhm.
you think if you was in the position as uh, a supervisor, as a young person your age? What do you think that you could bring to the table?
See, it's a difference because I'm I'm the type of person that personally um I think about God first. I put God first. So it's like I think about who um like I don't want to upset God because I'm stealing or assumptionally. I don't want allegedly or whatever you want to say. Like, but
allegedly.
I'm just saying is I just don't see myself like getting over anybody. So if anything, if like that I guess if the township needed what they needed just to make sure it afloat, that's fine with me because I come from. It depends on your background. Like my background different, so I can't compare my background with Tiffany background. I don't know what type of background she come from, but I know my background. I was told not to do a lot of things because I had great grandparents that told me not to do a lot of things. So I was taught the right way,
Oh,
and
okay. I
yeah.
received that. And, I understand. I was raised by my grandparents for some years before I moved to DC and, lived in the DC area. So I grew up in both areas, the South and the North. And I understand what you're saying about your upbringing, and I'm listening to you and you're very articulate about how you say things. And I'm really want to commend you on that.
I
Um,
appreciate you.
unknown low. Do you feel that like one of the problems is that and even as you watch the Dalton and Thornton situation, that a lot of people are they talking at her instead of talking with her, but she got to listen to it and talk.
Can't yell at her all day. Like she ain't gonna listen because she gonna feel like she already in power. So you gotta be on her level to get to where she at, so she can come down. You gotta humble a person. She just have to be humble. I don't know. I don't know. Like I never been to the meeting, so I can't say. I just see what I see on the TV or whatever. But I feel like Tiffany could be a good person. Like if just one person give her a chance just to talk to her. I'm pretty sure it could be one person that can just. It's always one person could change a person. So just I don't know, give her a chance. I don't know. I'm not
I
saying
agree with
she's
you.
right or
There
wrong.
is something good in her, but the thing is, you got to, like you said, she has to humble herself. She has to, she has great ideas. The ideas she have is great, but it's how you introduce those ideas that make people respect you more than to give these ideas in a dictatorship form. You can't go out here and dictate this is what's going to happen. This dictate what that's going to happen, and people accept it. You have to be humble yourself, and I'm not saying humble to a point that people walk over you. No, I'm not saying that, but you still have to be to a certain level of humbleness to be able to be a leader.
Mhm.
You have to take things in stride. You have to look at the big picture, and you also got to look at the people that you are representing. You can't
Mhm.
just go out here and attack people and demean people. And that thing, the problem that she has is a lot of people are looking up to her for guidance, for your leadership, because a lot of people was wounded when he died. When he died, that's all he was, all they knew. So they're looking for someone to come in and help keep that going for them so they can feel comfortable in their lives. And right now, all they're receiving is turmoil, which is turning their lives upside down, which they don't know which way to go. And right now, all of them should come together and work together as a team to make this better for them. But in the meantime, it's not going that way. And with her being the leader, and she's stating to the fact that I'm the leader, I'm the boss, I'm this, then you have to, like you said, she has to do it with the example. She has to set an example. And right now, her example is not that great. And I hate to say it that way, but you're going to have to, have to take that dictatorship out of your voice and come down to a certain level to meet the people where you can get people to work with you to a point that you can make things even better than what they already have. That community can have more than they have, but you have to work at it. You can't be lazy about it. And I think her problem is she's lazy. Sometimes you have to, delegate things to people. You have to let them do their jobs. You have to let them guide the people in the way they need to be guided. And a lot of times people go out here and they get into a leadership position and loses that. You know, she saw what was going on when she was a trustee, then you should come in and do the opposite of what you saw. Instead, you come in with the same way they were. You're not making it better by being them. You're mirroring them. And that's what a lot of people are disappointed about. They was looking for you to give them more better hope, more better chances in life. And everybody say, oh, they looking for a handout. Everything is not a handout. Some people really need that help. You know, people get on fixed incomes that have been wives of a husband that did all the, that paid all the bills. They was the housewife. Once the husband died, their social security is not that much money. And they already have their own ailments, their own problems. They're trying to keep their homes. So sometimes they do need the things that Thornton Township gives them. And sometimes young people like you can give them that hope. You can, like what you said tonight will be you'll be a perfect person to go and stand before them and let them see how they sound. Sometimes older people don't see themselves either. We see the younger people as you bad, you bad, you bad. But then us older people got to look at ourselves and see that we bad, we bad, we bad too.
No, no, you still there with me? You. No.
Unknown
Yeah,
low.
yes, I'm still here. I just don't feel like Tiffany is lazy. I just feel like, if anybody knew about like Saint Sabina and stuff like that, they would know that they did stuff like that type of stuff that she's trying to do for the kids. Like I remember Saint Sabina used to do
Father
stuff
figure.
like, yes, with Father Fake Flagrant. They used to do stuff like bring and one. They used to have lunch. They used to go all the way to the west side just to pick up the kids so they can come to the summer camp so they can enjoy their summer. So I think that's what Tiffany probably may had experience in the past, because it's kind of similar to what I experienced. The stuff that she trying to do with the kids, with the youth. She keeps saying the youth, the kids, and stuff like that. But I think she's so stuck into like how it was in the past. Because I remember that back then. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the stuff that she's doing, like with the skater rink and to make sure kids having fun. That's how it was back then in the 90s. Like it was very big with the Chicago Park District. They say, oh, you can. I heard something where they say you can get the food and stuff. I didn't know that you can get like food and stuff from the Chicago Park District. This is very new to me. So it's like, okay, it's different. But I remember back then it was all about fun. So that's why Tiffany probably feel like now that she in this position, she probably feel like, okay, it's about fun. I'm about to bring this how it used to be. It used to be like that. That's how the city and everything else was, you know,
So they
correlated.
got lost in translation translation. What's it say? How you say it? Translation.
Transition.
Transition. Thank you. So she kind of was probably focusing on that, but she didn't wasn't focused on the other thing to mirror it together.
Yeah, I'm just saying she probably, we all get stuck on the past. So she probably was stuck on that whole thing of how kids supposed to be. She always say that in her meetings about how kids need to um have fun. They need this, what, that skater rink, was it parks? What is else? I don't remember the other stuff that they need, but that's how it was back then. You
Mhm.
can't blame her. Like,
Well, I'm not blaming her on that. I see that is a great idea for the youth. That gives them
it's
something to
for
do.
fun. I can see that.
Yeah, that is a good idea for the youth. That keeps a
Mhm.
lot of the children from, being bored. A lot of the children to have something to do. That gives the parents somewhere for their kids to burn the energy up. I see all of that. That is, like I said, she has great ideas. She has great ideas. I'm not putting down none of her ideas. Her ideas are great, but you can't use that as hostage or leverage against people because of things that needs to be done.
Mhm.
She has great ideas, and let those great ideas continue to be great ideas. But we can't use things that people really need as hostage to, get other things done within the community. You have to figure out how to, okay, we got the youth, we got them doing their thing. Okay, now let's work on this now. Okay, you got somebody that's heading the youth department. Let them continue head in the youth department. Now let's go over here and fix this problem. You have to fix problems behind one. Once you got that one done, you got it on the right track. Now let's go to the one that's not on the right track. Let's put that cart back on the tracks so it can
Okay.
go down the track the way it's supposed to. You have to do things in different entities. You can't just try to put everything together. You know,
Mhm.
you
So
know, and
I'm
that's the
sorry.
thing I see with her. And I'm looking at one of the young men person on here said, Mad Max said, older people are still in the slave mind. Not everybody older, sir, is in the slave mind. They have I have an open mind and I'm 63 years old. So I listen to this young lady. She's way younger than me. She's younger than my son and my daughter. But I still listen to her and I listen to her ideas and I listen to what she said. So I'm acknowledging her with her thoughts. of great ideas and great suggestions. And what she said, maybe somebody may have to talk to her that she finally do trust to walk up to her and say, "Hey, are you okay?" She might be spiraling out of control in her own life that she bringing it to the floor of these meetings. She might be so angry with her life that she's bringing it out at the meetings. And that was something that I never thought of, but that's a good idea that you saying that. Because sometimes people, we get mad, and we mad with our lives, we mad with our world, and we take it out on the next person, and they say, "Did you know you took that out on me? I didn't do anything to you." And you go, "Oh, I didn't know that. I'm so sorry." But not everybody can do that. And right now she might be spiraling out of control of things that's going on in her life that's personal that we don't know about, and she's bringing it to the floor. And she feel like, okay, they attacking me at home, they're attacking me in my life. Now I come in here, you're attacking me too. So I'm just going to attack everybody back. Before you can attack me, I'm going to attack you. That could
You
be a
know, I'm
scenario
sorry.
too.
Excuse me. Unknown low. Excuse me. Do you think she should have had just one position, and maybe she would have gotten herself in this way? I mean, maybe she
Wait,
should have
what's
just
the
focused.
question again? Sorry.
I'm saying, do you think that she should have focused on just being a supervisor and not try to be a mayor and supervisor?
Um, to be honest with you, I don't know Tiffany like that personally. That's why. So I can't say, but
That's fair.
I just don't know her like that. That's all.
Well, that could be a great,
Yeah.
that's a right
Trying to
there,
be.
taking on too much. Sometimes you could get overwhelmed by taking on too much. She's taking on the issues and the things that's happening in Dalton, taking on the things that's happening in the township. And sometimes you get overwhelmed to a point that you're spiraling out of control because you're taking on too much, and it's too much to handle. Sometimes you have to take one position at a time. When you try to do dual and you're not have experience in taking on dual roles, sometimes it can be overwhelming, and you can take on too much to a.
I mean, at the end of the day, we all mothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, like we have to think of how our mind can go sometimes. We don't know what Tiffany is thinking. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what she got to deal with. You
Right.
don't know
That's
what
what I was
she.
saying.
So
Exactly
it's
what you're saying. I know. Exactly what you're saying. We don't know her day in and day out lives. And sometimes you can get overwhelmed. Like you said, we mothers. We have to, I had 7 kids. Yes, 7 kids. And when you're dealing with 7 kids, you got different personalities. And when you're
hmm
dealing with different personalities, you have to deal with them individually. And you can't compare other child because um, maybe because Mary was good in school, that don't mean that Jane is going to be good in school. Jane might need a little more work than Mary did. Mary could go and come home and study a book and pass the test, and read a little bit, close her book up, and go to school and pass the test. Jane got to go to school. She got to read and read and read and read and read all night long almost before she can try to pass the test. So, the same with Tiffany. Dalton have their issues, they have their policies, they have their rules, they have their ordinance, whereas the township have their rules, their regulation, their ordinance. And when you're trying to get both ordinance together, each one has their own ordinance, their own rules, their own regulations, and sometimes you can get confused with which is which.
Sure, understandable.
Um, so let me ask you this. Unknown. How does it make you feel? You say you're not, you're not living in the Southlands right now. How does it make you feel to watch what you see on social media, on television, and also where do you live now? You don't need to let us know where you live, but do people in your community know about what's going on, or is there a conversation there also?
Um, I'm telling you, it's like when you move out of there, it's just like you go to a place where it's just like so common, and you just look at the area that you came from that's chaotic, and you can just see,
No, but
um,
my question is, how did it make you feel to see
or
this?
how it make you feel.
Yes.
Um, it's just embarrassing. It's all over the news. It's like worldwide news. Like I don't know. It's just no. I'm trying to.
No, but I'm asking about your feelings. I mean,
Oh my.
yes, because to be honest, this, and, I just want to say, and I want to tell everyone, I appreciate that she's coming on to talk with us about her perspective as a younger person. So this really not about attacking Tiffany kind of
No, I'm not attack. I
conversation.
would never attack
Oh, no, 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 no,
anybody.
no, 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 no. I'm just it's just for a PSA
Oh,
and for my guests. So I don't want I want my guests to be able to want and feel free to come back. That it's not about attacking the guests or Tiffany. We're just trying to get like let's look at this at a different perspective of the voices that we don't hear. So
Right.
so
The
just
younger people, the younger
yes,
voices, the younger generation. We're
okay.
listening to the older generation, but we never take time out to listen to a younger generation and their personality and their feelings about it and how this affects them.
yes,
We know how it affects
exactly.
us, but how do it affect them? Coming from that area, knowing about that area, having family there in that area, how do it make them feel?
Right, right. And that's the most important of this conversation today. And no reason. Okay,
Wait,
but
what was
anyway.
the question? The overwhelm? I did see that. I just
Oh,
want to read it. Are we
okay.
giving excuses for Superman being overwhelmed? Everybody go through things, but you better leave it at home or stay at home, whether you the mayor or a waitress. I get it. I'm just ain't nobody. I'm not saying that she don't get overwhelmed because she played good. I'm giving her props. I get props when it's due. That's
Okay.
how I am. So I'm not saying she overwhelmed or whatever the case may be. That's her business. But my whole thing is, it's like y'all like the areas, the Dalton area, Dalton and Thornton Township. They not getting no answers from her. That's what I'm trying to implement.
Um,
So it's like, why do black people make
uh,
excuses?
uh, uh, and and this, okay, I want to address that question because first of all, people keep saying they think that the 17 communities are poor
It's
and
not.
like abandoned buildings. Like
No.
really, besides Harvey, those other ones are very nice areas that those homes are in.
Mhm.
So it's kind of misleading what is being said. But
Okay.
back,
let me
but the
let me
question,
address those. No, I'm not making excuses for her, but it also gives you another thought into her mindset. I'm not saying we making excuses. I'm just saying that those things can be factors into some of the things that she's doing. I'm not
Mhm.
saying it excuses her behavior, but there can be factors into her spiraling out of control to a point that she's doing the things she's doing.
But we
Right.
can't control that though.
Right. And
We
we can't
only
control that. She has to control that. She has choices. Yes, people, she has choices. Everybody on here has choices. You have, you make an adult decision. You have to deal with the adult consequences. Yes. But there are some things and factors underneath some of that that can lead to that point where she's making the decisions to deal with the consequences that she's receiving at this time. That's all I'm trying to say. Those are some of the factors into what could cause her to do this, to make the decisions she's making, the choices that she's making, that can be the consequences out of it. Just like people that do drugs. Everybody said well, they can stop doing drugs. No, they can't. They have to make that choice to stop on their own. Once they make that choice, sometimes they have, the consequences are their health go bad. They end up passing away because of the toll of taking taking drugs for so long, or their body break down to a point that they lose limbs, go blind, their minds are gone. So there are consequences behind everything we do as adults, good or bad. There are consequences.
I
That's all
get
I
it.
was saying.
Yeah, and to the comment of what's his name? The one you had before. I just want to
This one.
respond. Um, nobody go to. Yeah. I understand what you're saying, but you cannot do your leader. I understand. Just you know, you it could be that one person. Like I said, it could be that one individual that can change a person. So everybody, we all humans. We have to look at that. We just can't look at it just like we just segregate it in a way.
See what time this channel's gonna be tonight. Okay, so really, um, unknown. Again, I want to get back on topic
Okay, so we can go
because
to.
because you are you for or against Tiffany? I mean, you're team Tim or not?
I'm in between because of the actions. I'll go by the actions. I'm not going by, like the. I don't know. It's both. It's the
Oh, so
citizens
you're
and
for,
the.
but you're not for.
I'm in between. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay,
Like, it's right is right, is wrong. Simple as
that's why she.
that.
That's why she still has supporters out there. She does have a lot of supporters that we don't see. So I appreciate you being honest about where your stance is. And
Yeah.
this is not a team Tiffany, and we're not anti Tiffany. It's just a conversation channel.
It's everybody got a pros and cons. We all got a pros and cons, so we can't really judge. Only God can judge.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
He's over all. Everything belongs to him, even us.
So if we believe in that, we can't judge.
So you have a strong faith.
Yeah. So
Okay.
whatever y'all, if y'all see Tiffany walking out there with handcuffs on her wrist, then yeah, I
That's
mean, y'all
that's the
see. God
that's
wants y'all to see that. And like, I don't know how to explain. I can't. I'm not God, so I'm just saying. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just speaking realistic. Everybody say black people, but nobody ain't being honest with each other as black people. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
okay.
I
I
receive. I
received
mean,
that.
mm,
Mhm.
we say
I
sure.
mean, I thought this. What was this called? This was no apologize, no apology,
Unapologetic. Yeah.
no apologetic. Sure. Yeah. I'm just saying.
And
Why we
I
can't be
appreciate you.
real with each other? That's all we know how to be as black people, right?
Exactly.
Let's
So
be
let's be
honest.
real.
Well, what they said back in the day, I'm black and I'm proud.
Yeah. Say it
Um,
loud.
Exactly. I'm black and I'm proud.
oh, that's funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. Oh, okay.
Well, it's funny. We are black and we are proud.
And it's coming from a 34-year-old, so it
Exactly.
don't matter what age it is.
No, you got some old school in you, girl.
Oh my gosh. Hold on.
So,
Yes, we're going to start blocking people. I need on a
so
bed
if
now.
anybody out there want to ask any questions, you can ask any questions. I could just give you what they
And
say,
just
the
be
tea.
respectful.
But I'll be
Mm,
respectful though. That's like
okay. Well, we
very
need some
respectful.
moderators. Okay. Now, the first thing is PSA. You will be put on punishment.
Who
You'll
me?
be no. I'm talking about in these comments. We have to be respectful.
Oh,
And that's what
oh,
this channel is really about, being respectful and respecting each other. And it's just a helpful conversation that we need to have. But I don't want to be people be disrespectful.
Exactly.
I mean, no
And,
problem. Everybody got their opinions.
but no, but there's a level of respect that we demand on this channel, because if you don't have you don't demand your respect, people will walk over you.
Understandable.
So, hey, Lisa Lee.
Hi, Lisa Lee. Welcome back.
Does Tiffany got your vote? That's a good question.
Good
Is that
question.
for me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know, cause I never been I don't know Tiffany like that. I never been to a meeting, so I can't really say. But from my perspective, I just feel like she a good person. That's all I could say for her, for a compliment, like wise. I feel like she can be a good person. I
So she's
can't
saying
say
if
because
you
I'm in
walk,
another state. Huh?
she said if you had to go to the poll, you would have to pick yes or no or write in. Which
I would say no, cause I'm explaining to you why I know
mhm.
because she has to humble herself to respect the older people. Like she has to, it she has to. I don't know.
So she lost your vote because she's not respectful to
To the
seniors,
older people,
older
like
people.
how is she treating them and like she seemed like she could be a good people with the kids, but it's the adults that I worry about, like the grown people, like the older senior citizens.
Oh, so she should be over the kindergarten.
Yeah, she like that, like a teacher. Like she, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right.
Okay, I could see that. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay, I can
Okay.
see her being a kindergarten teacher. She like younger children than she do
Mm-hmm.
old. I mean, she like the older ones too, but she's when it comes to adults, she has no respect for them.
Yeah, that's why I don't really encourage the most. Me being younger, I just nah,
Mm.
Me being older, nah, because
yeah,
I see
nah.
how she disrespect the older people. I see how she disrespect the adults. She called them dumb, and like you said, she talks to them like the community is this poverty place that they, without her, they can't do anything for themselves. And I don't like anybody putting anybody down like that. You don't put people down like that because you keep talking about it whenever you at the meetings that, you know, oh, they can't do this and let's not have this. I was the first one that did this. I was the first one that did that. They wouldn't have this. They wouldn't have that. These people had a lot of things going on that you don't know about, but you keep making them feel like when they at the meetings that they're this poverty place and without me you have nothing. And the services are there with if you there or not. Those services are there. They've been there before you came along, probably before you was a twinkle in your mother and father's eye. So you can't sit back and tell people that they can't get these services because of you. They can get those services with you or without you.
Hmm.
And that's the problem I have with where she talks to them to make them feel like if they don't be about her, they have nothing. These people have a lot. There's a lot of things out here that can help them. There's things, organizations that help people to be first home owners. There's organizations out here to help people to get grants to go to college or help them to get tuitions and help them to get things in life. But just because you are Tiffany Henyard, they'll make that for them only. I could go in there and say, okay, I'm Cheryl Ingram. I can, because of me, you can't have this. No, that's not cool. There was a lot of things that these people can have, this community can have, or the communities can have, but it don't have to be because of you. Just like Unknown Low, she can come there. They might can help her with her if she decide to go back to college. They might have a program they can help her with her tuition for the first semester. You don't know all these things if you don't ask. But just because she's Tiffany doesn't mean that she's not that Unknown Low is not eligible for it. And that's the thing that bothers me the most with her is how she makes the community feel like they're hopeless without her. And
Mhm,
I know
mhm,
that's only to make herself feel bigger about herself, but still you're hurting the community by nationally making this area, that area, feel like they're nothing without you. Yo, from what I hear about your grandparents and whatever your family life was, they
mhm,
was okay without her.
mhm.
That's the problem I have with the whole
I
thing.
I think that the difference between people from back then and now is that we like now we don't know how to save. Back then, they knew how to save. They knew how to survive. So it's different. I think Tiffany may not know how to save,
Right.
probably.
And then
So,
also there was more opportunities now than back then.
mhm,
Back then it was, it was less opportunities than it is now. When I had children, there was no free going places and getting free toys. You had a few places, but it wasn't that many. So I had to, buy a couple of toys per pay period, starting from June or July. So by the time Christmas came along, I can bring out and they would have the toys that they need. But
true.
now there's so many opportunities for people now that
Mhm,
they're lazy about it. Well, I ain't got to worry about buying any toys because all I have to do is go down there and show them I'm suffering, and they'll give me a bag of toys for the kids for Christmas, and it is what it is.
mhm,
I'm not saying everybody, but there are some people that thinks that on that level.
mhm. Miss Ingram,
I guess, dear.
so the floor is on you. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll be
Oh,
back as well.
Okay.
Okay. All
all right.
right.
Just mute your phone, please. I mean, mute your device, please.
Okay.
Well, this has been an interesting evening.
Yes, it has, and it's good to get a young person perspective on things. I mean, she's got it's not everybody was saying we making excuses. No, she's just giving us another way of looking at things. It's not saying she's
Yeah.
making excuses. She's just letting you see it from a different perspective. There's a lot of things in life that we get different perspective of things. Everything ain't black and white. Sometimes you can get other colors.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
And
And
see,
that's so
sometimes you
important.
got to find out what's the underlying thing that's causing a person to do things. A person just don't wake up the next morning and just start acting crazy. There's
Right.
something underlying that make a person to act the way she's acting.
Yes, and I think that because it's gotten so far that it's gonna be hard to will her in or to fix the situation with her. So now she has to go through the motions.
Right. She done got so far in that she's like, well, this is who I am now, so live with it.
Yeah.
and and there's a lot, and you're right, Cher, it's power. People, a lot of people get power. I am who I am. I work for a gentleman. He owned a company, and once he started seeing the money come in, he lost his ever loving mind.
Mm-hmm.
He went but wow. And he was like, nobody, y'all thinking small. Y'all not thinking the way I'm thinking. You have to think big. And he went out here and bought his daughter's cars and all this different stuff with the money and misappropriating money by doing this and doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we get ready to have a meeting, we at a restaurant. I'm like, why are we at a restaurant when we can go to the office and have a meeting and just get some, like honey baked ham sandwiches or get some a tray of sandwiches from the grocery store and eat that, with some chips and the sodas or whatever. Why we got to go to a restaurant every time? That's more
Mm-hmm.
money out of the budget. And
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking small minded. I was told I was thinking small minded because he had got power.
Right.
He got all this money from the state. He was doing all this. And what happened? It ended up crumbling. I bailed out. I couldn't do it. I said, no, I'm not going down with you. I love my freedom. I love what I have. And
Mm-hmm.
I go without before I go down. And so I left. I told him I quit. I'm sorry. I quit. I didn't care if I got unemployment or not. I quit. I'm not going, and he failed to a point that he couldn't get anything in his name. Nothing, him or his wife, because he took his wife down with him.
Mm.
He ended up owing the state. He ended up owing IRS. He ended up making a whole lot of mistakes behind it. So yes, people, the power can get to people's head to a point that it can be their downfall.
Yeah.
And and my mother and my grandmother always said, be careful how you treat people going up. So you may see them coming back down. And at that time I was young, I didn't understand what they were talking about. But when I got older, I saw what they was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it does hurt coming back down.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I think that when Tiffany had a Brown, it was Brown, from Cook County Circuit Court, Brown. I can't think of her, Dorothy Brown. That was her
Mhm.
mentor. Now, even though Brown had her own situation going on, she really still needed a mentor going through this process. When I was talking to a young lady, well, we the same age, and she's running also for trustee and for Thornton Township, and she was telling me she has a mentor. So really, she should have kept a mentor to help her get through it. Even the
Have a good night, Share.
good
See you
night,
next
Shirley,
time.
and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share before you leave out this door.
Right. Don't forget
It-
to like, share, hit that notification bell. And as I always say, hey, y'all come back now. You hear?
yeah, and a lot of people have a mentor, and that's what she should have had and continue to keep one.
And she had one. Miss Brown said that she was her mentor. But then after she got into the position, she didn't want to hear her no more.
Correct.
She's like, she didn't want to listen no more. It's like, I know what I'm doing now. I don't need you anymore. Let's,
Big one. Yeah.
she didn't want to listen no more. And you're right, Rita. She didn't want to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got somebody that don't want to listen, that's the problem you're going to have.
Yes.
And she's listening to all the wrong people, and they're on it. Listen, okay, like my mother say, whatever circle, God bless her soul, whatever circle you involve yourself in, you have a tendency of going that way and staying that way. If you have
Mhm.
people that's sitting out here and they pushing your corruption, then you're going to stay corrupted.
Right.
But
And
if you
having
have somebody out here that's teaching you the right way, teaching the way to move in a better way that you can be in society. I had a mentor. I love my mentor. God bless his soul. He's dead and gone now. But he helped me to be who I was in my life and my career. He saw something in me. When I came into the federal government, he saw me. I was just a receptionist. But he liked what I was about and how I handled the receptionist area and how I handled the other departments, just being a receptionist. So he created a position for me to come aboard, and he taught me everything he knew. And he made sure that I went to where I needed to go to learn what I needed to learn. And then when it was time for him, he had to leave. I was able to take over, even though I wasn't qualified to take over his job completely. I was able to take over his job until they can find somebody. Because, in the federal government, you had grades and steps at that time. I was a GS5, step 5. He was a
Mhm.
GS11. So I was a 5. I was too low to take his position completely. But because of what he taught me for a year and a half, I ran the patent and trademark office as
Okay.
security. So for me running that by myself, because of what he taught me and what he took me through for training, that helped elevate me into a career life I had, to a point that I end up at Homeland Security. So
Okay.
sometimes your mentors can help you to get where you need to be to continue your career. She had the mentors to help her to be better than she is, but she chose not to listen. Now she's going to have to deal with the adult consequences that she's making right now.
Right. Well, again, I think that having a different perspective on how to hear other people's voices is very important through this stage. And I think that's going to help to heal and grow all the hurt and pain that's going on.
Right. And I think a lot, you know, I'm sorry that she's going to have the downfall that's about to come upon her, but she's going to have to realize there are consequences with your decision. We all have made wrong decisions and have to deal with the consequences that came with it. And take my word for it, I had mine when I was younger. I dealt with the consequences behind those adult decisions.
Correct.
And I don't regret some of them. When it comes to my children, I don't regret that at all. I got beautiful children.
Okay.
But I made adult decisions that I had to, work hard my life to make sure me and my children had. And I was a single mom. So, hi, glad you're back, girl. But, like they were saying, they were saying when a person is different from being a regular person, then when you get into a position in as far as a leadership position, exactly. There is a different level. You are absolutely right. But they're still human. This is what everybody forgets. She's still human. I'm not saying what she did is right. Don't get that twisted. But I'm saying she's still human. She still have feelings. She still can understand right from wrong.
Yes.
She's still God's child. Even though we may not like the things she's making or the things she's doing, no, we don't. She is wrong as two left shoes. But that is a choice, like Unknown Low said, that God's going to have to deal with her in that level as far as her mindset. Now, her actions, she's going to have to deal with. But her mindset, that's going to have to come down from God. He's going to have to work on that mindset, because right now, if she stayed with the mindset she has, she's going to really fall hard, harder than she's already fallen. If she comes out or whatever she's in, if she still got the same mindset, she's not going to get anywhere but more chaos in her life.
Unknown Low. Is there anything that you want us to take away from this? I know you told me you couldn't stay long. Is there anything else you would like us to know before you pop off?
No.
Okay.
No, everybody gave it. Look, my question to everybody is: has everybody that have not been in, that don't live in Dalton, has they gave her a chance?
Yes, I have.
For how
I gave her
long?
a chance when I first saw her. But as time went on, I was like, whoa, what happened? What? Who, what? And I'm like, honey, you can't do that. But I was, at first I thought, if you look at her very beginning videos, she was trying to do the right things. But I think after the recall, and she won that recall, that's when her whole mindset changed, that I'm untouchable. And because of that, she went buck wild. Mindset changed. Let's see, if you look at it, before they did the recall, she was doing some bad things, but she got worse after the recall. Once the second judge told them to give her a chance, she came back at the end of it. She felt invincible. Nobody can take me down now. I am who I am. I'm Wonder Woman.
Can I ask you how long you've been giving Tiffany a chance?
I gave her a chance probably longer than I should have, but I gave her a chance.
Longer than a year?
Almost a year. I was still trying to see, okay, she could still be turned around.
Was it more than?
I ain't gonna go. No, I said, don't give me more than a year, baby.
Was it did you go off your opinions versus everybody else's, or was this like your genuine opinion? Like, did you go to like the township meetings as well?
No, I went by township meetings that I was viewing. I'm in Washington, D.C., dear.
Oh, you in DC. Okay.
I was going
What
by
what
the videos of what I seen and heard her say. I didn't go by what people say in the, in the contents and nothing. I was going by what I saw her and what I
okay.
heard out of her mouth. See, that's the thing. I didn't go by
What you
what people's
what you
opinions
didn't
is.
like what did not like about her?
It wasn't her. It's not the person themselves that I didn't like. It was her mindset that I didn't like.
What about her mindset you didn't like?
I didn't like her mindset as to the point that she started disrespecting people, started making herself feel like she was better than everybody else. I have a problem with that when people start putting people down where I'm better than you, you're less than I am. I have an issue with that. And when she started talking to them, telling them they came to see me, they didn't come to see you that don't do nothing. That bothered me. And then when she started criticizing the clerks and telling them they didn't know what they was doing, and she's trying to teach them, she's trying to educate them and trying to tell them this and trying to tell them that. They have a job to do. And they was doing their job correctly. But because they didn't do it the way she wanted them to do it, you can't do that. If they have a job. She wanted a stenographer instead of a clerk to do minutes. Doing minutes and a stenographer is two different people and two different jobs. That's why I said her mindset, not her as a person, because I don't know her. I don't know Tiffany from Adam and Eve. But
Are you like a are you sorry, are you like a pro woman type of person?
oh no, I give a woman any chance, a man or woman.
Okay. Okay.
And, I was all for her. I said she's a young lady. She seemed like she's knowledgeable in what she's doing. Okay, all right, I can see that happening. Go ahead, girl, do your thing. But when she got in there and started changing and started disrespecting people and started doing the things, saying the things she was saying, that's when I started going, whoa, what are you doing? You're messing up now. Bring it back in. Let's regroup. But she didn't ever regroup. And that's what disappointed me in her as a young lady.
Okay.
I gave her the same respect that I've given you.
Mhm.
But she flipped that on me because of her mindset. She always keeps saying, I'm teaching you, I'm teaching you, I'm teaching you. You keep talking to people like they're uneducated, they're not smart. And I understand sometimes you want people to see you as being smart, but it's a way of going about it. And how you, just like you said, we should talk to her. She needs to talk to us the same way.
So if you seen Tiffany right now, what would you say to her right now?
I would tell her, you have so much potential that you have, but the way you're going about it is incorrect. And you need to sit back and reflect on you. Sometimes you have to reflect on yourself. You can't just sit back and, sometimes you have to look in the mirror at yourself. Forget what everybody else is saying. Look at you.
Do
Dig
you
down
believe
inside of you.
sorry.
Go
Do you
ahead.
believe that a lot of people gotta unlearn themselves? Like, because we don't all know everything.
No, we don't. We don't all know anything. So that's why you sometimes have to regroup. Sometimes you have to go back and look in the mirror and say, well, wait a minute, am I going the right way? Let me look at myself. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
What am I saying wrong?
If we say we believe in God, but we also but in the Bible it said we reevaluate ourselves.
Yeah, you
So
have to evaluate yourself. You really do. Daily. You have to reevaluate yourself daily. You are
okay.
absolutely right. You have to reevaluate yourself daily. And sometimes you might not like what you see, but you got to acknowledge it and see what you could do to change it. And right
Yeah.
now, she needs to change her mindset. And right now, her mindset is going to be her downfall. If she does not change her mindset, it's going to be her downfall.
Maybe how about if she don't know how to change? Like, what if she don't know, like, in their circumstances?
She may not know, but you have to, you know, I seen there is some. When she was a trustee, there was times that she was humble. So she
Okay.
know how to be to change her mindset. She's choosing not to. Some people choose not to. And now that she has the power, she feels she don't have to. Is this is who I am who I am. And there's a lot of people that got that mindset. I am what I am. This is who you got. This is who I am. You got to deal with. And I'm not changing for nobody.
I mean, we all, I don't know. Maybe it's the man. Did everybody think about that?
Well, you know, wait a minute. When you get before, as you said in the Bible, when you get before that go that pearly gate, are you going to say, "Well, God, it was because of that man. The reason I did
No,
that."
I'm just saying Tiffany, she didn't know no better though. She
She
don't
knows
she
better.
don't
She
you
knows
think
better.
oh,
Everybody knows better. We all know right from wrong since we were 12 years old. It's up to you to make
mm,
that choice. I knew right
I
from
don't
wrong.
think so. I don't
Look,
think
I knew
so. I
right
don't
from
think
wrong.
everybody know. I don't think that everybody know. Like I don't. To me personally, I don't feel like everybody know everything because we might we might look at the Bible a certain way, but we don't know how to
Well,
comprehend well to the Bible. So you never know what she can comprehend to. That's what I'm saying.
but when it comes to common sense, we know right from wrong.
No, I feel like with the black community, we supposed to know the black community think we supposed to know the common sense, but we really don't know the common sense. I'm just saying off my experience. Like I had to learn a lot of stuff. I'm
And you got
34,
a
like I
lot more
said,
to learn. You
and
got a
then
lot more to learn.
it's like I just had to no, I never say I knew a lot. I would never say I know a lot. But I'm saying is I had to, what I'm saying, make that U-turn of knowing like, okay, let me reevaluate myself and try to figure what I'm doing and I'm the problem and stuff like that. You never know where she at the like at her time. Like I don't know. That's why I can't really speak on her too much.
And see, sometimes, you can sit back and tell somebody something. Okay, just like you can go out here and say, I love you. I love you. But the whole time, your action shows otherwise.
Okay,
So
that's
her
fine.
action is showing us more than what she's saying.
That's
Actions
fine.
speak louder than words sometimes.
I just don't know her motives. That's what it is.
Her motives.
Yeah, I don't know her motives, like in like speaking with her or anything like that. That's what I'm saying to you.
Well,
Like
her motives is her actions.
I
Sometimes
understand
actions speak
actions speak
louder than
louder than
words.
words. I get that. I get that.
Oh,
That's fair. But I'm just saying this. I don't know her on a deeper level. That's
okay.
but
Well, on that note, I'm sorry, don't not trying to be rude, but I know it was great having you up this morning. And as it's a marathon, and as it goes on, we're gonna continue to communicate and to just learn from each other. But I
Hmm.
appreciate you taking the time out to to like really to not be afraid to speak up, even because everybody has their own opinion and how you feel, and we all respect that. And I thank you for being having the freedom to do so and to share with us. And I
okay.
hope that you will be able to join us again as this
Mhm.
marathon goes on.
You be following us sometimes, don't you, Unknown Low?
Yeah, I do. I seen her yesterday.
I thought
I
so.
see you yeah, I seen you yesterday.
I hope you like, subscribe, and what's that? She said the notification.
Yeah, hit the notification, like, subscribe, and share.
And that go for everybody. Again, I appreciate it. And thank you so much. And continue your success and everything you have going on in your life.
Yes,
And I
I
hope,
hope you the best. And
yeah,
you keep being who you are, Unknown Low. Don't let
mhm,
nobody change you. You change yourself.
yes. And I hope we had got a chance to listen to you as a younger person, that you felt
Okay.
listened, that you was
Well,
heard.
I hope it go a long way.
Yes,
All
it
right.
did. And don't
All right.
forget to read Ezekiel. Very good book.
Oh, I read Ezekiel.
And listen, look at this. No, Jasmine the biggest said this was way bigger with unknown on here. It was dry yesterday. Oh,
Thank you,
Excuse me,
Jasmine, the
Jasmine.
biggest. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I knew I was gonna bring, thought it was gonna be better when I got on here. No,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
but
glad.
Thank
hope
you.
everybody
Thank
had
you.
a have a good night. I gotta go to work tomorrow, so
Okay.
what's today? But I hope y'all have a good night as well.
You
Okay, you have a
too.
happy holiday.
Happy
All right,
holidays.
you too.
Okay, that was interesting. An interesting perspective. I appreciate that.
Yes. They give us a younger version of a perspective on her and the
Yeah,
situation.
yes, and I'm definitely gonna reach out to other people that I can find in the Southland to come on also and just get other, age and ranges opinions.
Oh, Jasmine, you hurt my heart. We was dry yesterday. You didn't like us. You didn't like us.
Hey, this is not the love and hip hop show, so we just more informative, and I'm okay with it. I appreciate it.
Yes, we do. We still
Yeah,
look. I still love you, Jasmine, the biggest, and there's
for
nothing you can do
sure,
about it.
for sure. Put facts, not fiction out. Yeah. So other than that, anything new going on?
Well, well. We getting
Mm-hmm.
ready to get a new trustee,
Oh, for real?
Stephanie.
Oh, was it Leaderman? Weederman?
Yes. She's the community is bringing her forth as the new trustee for nominating her as the trustee for the
Thornton?
township
Oh, okay.
for
I
the
saw that.
for the residents to vote on, and I think she'll be an ideal candidate.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, she was on the. Was
Well,
she
she was on
on?
Jed's show today.
Okay, no. I'm saying, was she? Was she on the board previously?
She wasn't on the board. She was in administration.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh well, congratulations. She done. Man, I hope she told her story from beginning to end. She done came a long way.
Yes, she did, and I was on there with Jed and Dr. Nikita,
For real? Okay. That's
and
what's up.
so I asked Stephanie and Dr. Nikita about the question I was telling you all about her being bonded and insured, and they told
Mhm.
me I was absolutely correct.
Okay. Okay.
And she cannot, she's not eligible for either position if she's not bonded.
Mm. All right. Okay. That's interesting.
And the only thing is because it's not in the ordinance for her to, because really right now she shouldn't even be sitting behind the desk of either one.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. By law. But because it's not in the ordinance, there's nothing they can do about it at this moment.
I'm sure they're gonna change the ordinance as this
Yeah, that's gonna be
goes
one of
on.
the, that's gonna be one of the main things they do.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, congratulations. I was wondering why they kept congratulating Stephanie. We is a Weederman, I think it is.
Yes, that's the reason
She's
why she's a
exactly
she's a nomination for to take the gentleman that left his seat.
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. They're
Mm.
nominating her.
So are they gonna put? Is it gonna? She gonna go? They're gonna put her on the ballot, or you vote at
No,
the?
she's gonna be on the for right now until
Oh, they just.
uh,
Oh.
and
But I'm
then once that I think they most likely they probably put her on the ballot, but right now it's for Jerry Jones' seat.
no. My question is, so the residents are nominating her, but what residents are nominate doing a nomination?
That I don't know. They're just saying that she's up for nomination for that seat. And the next meeting, they're going to bring the nomination up for the residents to vote on.
Okay, but Tiffany can also bring up her own a nomination, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, it should be very interesting.
And
But
and
Steph-
And when I
Something
brought up
you.
about the bonding and the insurance and all of that I have been telling everybody, the other
Mhm.
doctor was like, "What?"
Mm.
He
Oh,
said, "Are you serious?" And she said she is absolutely right. And Dr. Nikita said, "Oh, you really know your stuff." I said, "I
mhm.
research."
If I'm not mistaken, I think Dr. Nikita works for Napoleon Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't think she said PR. It's in some kind of capacity.
Yes. So I was on there live with them today.
Oh, okay. He brought you on up, huh?
Mm-hmm. And look, and he said I had to come up with myself. I couldn't come up with my picture.
What?
So I came up there. So you'll
Okay.
see it if you go back and look at his thing, his channel, his video. Everybody, you'll look
Mhm.
at Jedediah's video with Stephanie
Okay.
Hirman, and you'll see me. I'm like maybe 1 minute and 35 seconds into it.
Oh, I doubt that.
No, Lisa, she has no, unless she is bonded. That means she's gonna have to pay for her own insurance. If she haven't paid for her own insurance to get bonded, no, dear, she cannot be eligible for either position. She can't
Mhm.
even run for mayor.
Can she run for trustee? I mean, not
No,
this time.
if long she can run for trustee,
Okay.
but the problem is, long as it's trustee position, and she does not do day to day operations.
Um, okay. I can see her get into a trustee position at some point.
No, she's not. She's not. She's not gonna go that route.
Or if she can't get into anything else, you try to get what
And
she
then
can.
the thing is, she can't get into it. She's going to have to be appointed, or they have to elect her in.
Exactly. Depending on who's sitting where, I could
And
see
you
that
and you
quietly.
think that your house already got his people.
No, no, not this time. I mean next time.
Mm-mm.
Or unless the feds pick her up. These people are forgiving people at a certain point in time. Because Tiffany in 2013, what the person that she is in was in 2013 is really the same person that she is
Uh,
now.
well,
So they look.
I'm gonna give you some personal tea on your email when we get off here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wait a minute, I'll give it to you now while you were talking. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I remember this one lady. So okay, I used to be a member of this organization, and but the lady passed away, so I'm not going to talk about her too bad. But she was on the Dalton school board. But this lady was the nastiest person I ever met in my life. I said, "Good Lord, these people in Dalton are a little cutthroat." She did 8 years at Jersey. Yeah, she did. She did,
No,
which was
check your email.
interesting too.
The one that you sent me. Check for the reply.
Okay. Hallelujah. Um, gosh, yes, but we can keep talking.
So I was one there and I was talking with them. So I asked the question.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, so if I read right, I said, if she's not insured, she can't be bonded. If she's not bonded, she's not eligible for either position because of the day-to-day activities. She can't even, and Jedediah said she can't even write a $5,000 check. And all three of us said, nope, because the insurer will insure her twice the amount that she deal with day-to-day operation. And if she's not bonded, she can't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan, no, she's not gonna. She can't repay the town. She, she's not. She's
Is
not
that
gonna be able
the
to pay the town back.
No, ain't nobody. She ain't no way she can do that. Is that the old or new?
What
Just
I said to you?
yes, old or new.
New,
Oh,
very soon.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say this then. Not on here. Okay. So whatever it takes, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
But without her being, that's why she was, and I said, so that's the reason why she's so adamant about them doing the insurance. That's why she kept saying, see, they want to approve the insurance. No, it's not that they want to approve the insurance. If you looked at her at the meeting yesterday, she
Hmm.
stated, they asked her, are you insurable? Remember, she kept talking. They said, ask your attorney, blah blah blah, and she would never say anything. She would never answer. They said, answer the question. Everybody kept yelling, answer the question. She would never answer that question.
Mm. Just a sad story to an end.
Because somebody asked her, if you're not insured, that means you no longer bonded. She would never answer that question. Is
Hmm.
that the reason why you want the insurance so bad? She never would answer that question.
Life has a funny way.
And like, yes, Lisa, if she ain't even paying her rent,
That's crazy. Don't even.
what
I don't
make
why.
what make you think that she's gonna pay the town back? That child,
Yeah,
everything, she's not, her future is gone.
I think
She
just
done ruined her future. It's gonna take her years to get out of debt.
mm.
It's
Oh,
gonna
that's
take her years, because you got to think about, she been in that position for 3 years for both positions. Well, one position. A mayor, she was there for 3 years. I don't know how long she been as a supervisor. I can't remember, but she been 3 years, as a mayor, and she, has spent so much money.
mm.
And
Yeah.
so, people are always, I'm hearing so much about the Democrats, the Democrats, the Democrats, the Democrats. Okay, people, please take the parties out of this.
Yes.
It's nothing to do with her being a Democrat. It's her making adult decisions to deal with adult consequences.
Yes.
The Democrats are not telling her, go out here and steal money. The Democrats are not, she ain't got that much clout to get Democrats to tell her nothing. So please stop with the Democrat stuff. I know
Hmm.
y'all don't like the Democrats. Okay, you don't like the party. You don't like the people. Some people don't like the Republicans. Some people don't like the Democrats. Okay, the Democrats is this. The Democrats are that. Well, the Republicans are that too. They just white. There's more Democrats that are Caucasian than black. And they steal money and do people wrong just like the Democrats do. So both parties are guilty at some state. That's just like we all, you got African American, you got good and you got bad. You got good
Hmm.
white people, you got bad white people. You got good Hispanics, you got bad Hispanic. You got, New England, you got bad New England. You got people that's in Africa that's good. Some are bad. Everything has a good and a bad. We can't all
Hmm.
put it all together as that's who that person is.
Yeah. 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 It's so unfortunate. This is really an unfortunate story. It's just almost like a Romeo Juliet. Somebody dies at the end.
Right. And the thing that hurts me, like the young lady asked me, yeah, it was almost a year. I still had hopes in her. But
Mhm.
as time went on, her mindset changed so bad and so drastically, there was no more hope there.
Mm.
I try to give people the benefit of a doubt. But if you start
Yes.
showing me, that you a duck and you keep quacking like a duck, then I have to finally admit you a duck.
Okay. So Steve still kicking records wants to come up.
Okay, come on.
What parameters do we have? Because
Hmm?
I don't want anybody talking how do you vet people? Because I don't really want to I don't mind you coming up, but I don't want no disrespecting. And let's have like cordial conversation.
Right. Well,
Or you will be kicked off. So that's
right.
anybody who used this link.
Right. So once he get on, if he's not cordial, bye. Steve
Hmm.
still kicking records. Letting you know now. vex me how you want. We want you to come on and we want you to be respectful, Steve.
Yes.
If you feel that you cannot come on and be respectful to the platform, then we will vex you.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, sure. His device is not connected yet. Okay. Interesting. You messed me up with that one.
What?
Sure. What you said to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I just want the world to be a better place. Did that sound like a
No,
Michael Jackson?
no, we really do. We do want the world to be a better place. Right now, we need a lot of changes. It's done got so angry. People are so angry
Yeah.
that people forgot about love,
Yeah.
courtesy, and like on these different platforms. There
Mhm.
are I have met so many people and got to know so many people through the chats and different channels that I feel like I got a new family.
Okay.
And everybody on here, we laugh, we talk, we have good times, we have bad times. Some we have to get a little straight. Wait a minute, hold up, pump your brakes. We're not allowing that on our page, on our channel.
Yes.
But most of the time, we have good times. And a lot of
I
people
like
enjoy it
that. Mm-hmm.
because they get informative through me. You ask the questions, I answer the questions, things that you all might not know, I do know. And your experience, you tell us. And everybody is learning each other and learning
Mm-hmm.
things from each other.
Hmm. Well, it seems though Steve is not coming. He can't log on for some reason. And so, and again, I am a Thornton Township resident, so I kind of like this one of the reasons why I started this page because there's a lot of things that's going on that I felt that this was just a people are interested in Tiffany, but I really was using this channel to enlighten people on other things that are going on in this community. One
Like
moment,
I was
Miss
telling, like I was
Steve is
telling
coming up.
Stephanie and Dr. Nikita today. Hey,
Hello, Steve.
Steve.
Hey, how are you?
All right,
Hi,
how are you?
Steve.
I'm I'm very well.
Yeah.
Okay. And how may we help you today? What would you like to say?
No, I'm just interested in speaking to Americans.
And where are you located?
I'm in Europe and I'm about to move to America.
Okay.
Mhm.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So what would you
So,
like to say to us Americans?
I'm interested in hearing your opinions on everything.
Oh, okay.
It's very interesting to me. I don't know if you know, but Europeans don't have the same choice. So Americans definitely do. And it's very interesting to me. So yeah, I've been over recently. Coming over for Christmas, and yeah, I look forward to it. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know what an American Christmas is like, but yeah, it'll be good.
American Christmases are pretty good. I mean, it's okay. What you do as your Christmas, you just bring it over here and make it your Christmas.
Yeah, well, I've got a fiance and her family down south. So I guess that is my um
Your fear?
no, absolutely not. Um No, no, I love it. I love all of it. I guess it's my my expectation. It's my joy is everything. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear, Steve.
Okay. Now, is there anything that questions you have or would you like to talk about?
No, no, I'm just an annoying guy that goes on panels.
Okay. I respect that. Really, I do. And
Yeah, and I've been up all night drinking American drinks. So yeah, that's why
okay.
I'm up
Well,
on your panel.
oh, okay. I appreciate it. But I appreciate you coming up. And I would want you to we want you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification. And we're gonna allow somebody else to come up. But we really thank you for coming up, and we really hope that you enjoy your time in the United States.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay. And what were we talking about?
You was talking about you living in the township.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I it's just weird. The changes, like the young lady said, the changes are is different. It's like social media plays a big part on in everything we do. I think
Yes, and that's the
Mhm.
thing now. Where things used to be in hiding, things are coming out now. There's
Yes.
cameras everywhere. There's videos everywhere. So I think right now with Tiffany, I think she watched a little bit of too much of the Housewives and the hip hop. That I think that she wants to be a reality star, but she's bringing the reality, and most reality shows are about drama. And then making her famous. And to her, she feel like she's famous
Oh,
because now
definitely.
she's worldwide, statewide, countrywide, and it's not good on her behalf. You
Okay.
know, you're not with a contract with money. You're not
Mhm.
getting the fame and the stardom of money. You're going to them on the show. Those shows are getting paid to do these things.
Yeah,
You're
some of them are not getting paid as some of the like we think they are.
right, and just like a lot of them, the housewives said, "This their house." It's not really their house,
Such as Portia, but go ahead.
right? But you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They're this they basically they don't have the FBI in them on their neck.
Yeah.
That's the difference. They have contracts. She have a
Yeah.
contract, but her contract is going to be her going to jail if she don't change her mindset. And I don't care how everybody say, well, she going to jail. She is going to jail
Yeah.
because who did, my dear, are illegal. Or has she say illegal?
Yeah.
Illegal. So you doing these things are causing people to look at you differently to a point they want you to go down. Those people,
Mhm.
housewives of Atlanta or hip hop or whatever, they, basketball wise, ratings
Yeah.
to
All
make
that
themselves
drama.
popular to keep getting the money to be able to come back to a show another season.
Hmm. They have to have a storyline.
They got a storyline. You got a storyline, but your storyline going to end with you with handcuffs.
I can't stand Lisa Lee.
Right, Lisa, stop.
Okay.
She said world peace. Yes, world peace.
No, it was the first, yeah. Hilarious. I'm just saying. Yes. It's just, I and I want to say I feel for her just as a mother, a daughter, but Again, like you
You
said
know, I
earlier.
felt more sorry for her daughter because
Mm-hmm.
these things are recorded and people
Mm-hmm.
can be cruel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, girl, do you remember when your mama was doing this? Girl, your mama was famous. Your mama was a trip. Your mama was this. This young lady, that's okay. If you notice, a lot of these well-known stars or singers and stuff, and their children trying to go out here and make a life for themselves. A lot of them don't even use their parents' last name.
Yes, and you know what? Like I told you, Betty Lorraine Maltese, from
Mhm.
Cicero, who went to jail, and she had a daughter, but I don't want to say her sister. Somebody took the daughter away, and you never heard from the daughter again. You know
Right,
nothing about this little girl
and
who
the
should be
reason
wanted.
why to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, just like okay, Michael Jackson. Remember after he died, you saw his kids. Right now, you don't hear nothing about his kids.
Yeah, you
We
don't.
don't hear nothing about Blanket and what the other one name.
I have no clue. Hey, you ever been to what's it, 1700 Jackson Street?
Mm-mm.
I I was disappointed. It's still in the hood. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't want to say the hood. I don't want to say it to Gary because Gary's the great people over there. But it looks like the hood. Oh, I'm trying to say this.
You know,
Mm.
it's just like okay. I'm in a high rise here in DC. In the high rise I'm in, Marion Barry used to live on the floor I live, and his old apartment is right around the corner from me.
Mhm.
He was on the ninth floor, and if you go down the hallway past the elevators and make a left, the first apartment on your left is where he used to live.
Mhm.
And I'm in the building where Marion Barry used to be in.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, he's deceased. He
He
did.
passed. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have put more.
But the one thing I liked about him, yeah, he was on drugs. Everybody's like, oh yeah, y'all had a drug addict. But he always made sure there were programs and things that helped the elderly, helped the children to have jobs. Let's say it like this: the revenue here in DC was better. The children had jobs,
Mhm.
summer jobs. A
Mhm.
lot of children are still in jobs today as adults now that he helped get
Mhm.
started. There's a
Mhm.
young lady that worked at Howard University Hospital. Um, bill, they deal with bill collection. That was her
Mhm.
first job getting
Mhm.
out of high school, and she's still there. She's getting ready to retire, and she got it through his program.
Okay.
So that's why I said Tiffany have ideas, but she has great ideas. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting down nothing of her ideas that she want for the community. But you're so harped on that you're forgetting the most important things that are out there.
Yeah.
As a mayor, you're not handling the streets, you're not handling the fire hydrants, you're not handling the potholes. And then when you get into the township, you're telling the
Mhm.
people they can't get food, but they can get food, but you don't want them to try to make the people think they ain't, just like she went on live today and walked over and told the lady. We see it on video, you whispering to the lady to put Carmen and Chris Gonzalez down on video.
Oh, wait a
Who
minute. She
does
said
that?
on her Facebook page.
Yes. She had somebody recorded Burgundy Blue. She
Oh.
recorded it and she walked up. This lady pulled up. She walked over, whispered something to her, and she said she want to talk. And then the lady said, yeah, Chris Gonzalez and them is trying to keep us from getting food, and they got to play verbatim what she said yesterday.
This one, this is 23 minutes long. I think I
But
saw
the
it. I
thing
didn't
is,
click on it.
it's wrong. You're doing wrong.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I guess I should. Want to look at. They be doing
Bring it up.
the most. They didn't have a lot of people out there.
Exactly, Rita. She didn't give that lady the permit or the license, the permit to do what she needs for the food pantry, because now she can use it to her to say that I did it. That lady would have took away from her, saying that she's the one that's behind that.
About that food pantry in
Mm-hmm.
Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that was really the most confusing thing to me because that food pantry in Dalton is far away from the one that's in Harvey, the Thornton Township food pantry. So I don't even how to it don't even conflict with each other. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They're not giving food out from the Thornton Township in Dalton.
Because that she didn't want that one. That's what she had planned on doing. See, she's making the people that in Dalton, if they need food, they can come there.
Mm. She
So,
that's
so
mess.
if that lady don't open up her place, they have to come to the township and be under her
Mm.
space. But that lady wasn't only giving out food; she was giving out clothes for kids and stuff like that. She took all of that away.
Mm. I went by it yesterday, and it's dark over there with a what's it called, a fresh mark or whatever she calls it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like no, it's not even open. I'm not sure. Maybe it may have been open earlier, but
You know, she
me,
has really tore the community and the towns down. And I don't know who's got the battery in her back, or they got their hand in her back, upper back. But she needs to tell them to take their hand out, because right now, like I tell everybody, she's an adult making an adult decision, and
yeah,
she's about to feel the consequences.
yeah, yeah, she's about to feel the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? When God came back, or when Jesus came back, the raptures. It was a
Mm-hmm.
plague across and people got, So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, Bible person, but I feel like it's a plague coming to clean house. Yeah, clean
Mm-hmm.
house.
Clean house 2025. He getting ready
Yeah.
to clean house. And it has been said, my pastor, a few other pastors said 2024 is going to take off a lot of covers.
Hey, Cat Williams said that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people, not only Cat, but a lot of people have said there are going to be a lot of sheets pulled, removed. And you're going to see the true person and the true things that's going to happen. And right now, there's a lot of things that being uncovered.
That's scary, isn't it? It
Mm-hmm.
is
And you know
scary.
what? And the sad part is, after Trump started it.
What do you mean he started? Oh, because he started the new year. I mean, no,
Trump
in January.
started it off back in 20 when he took office the first time. He uncovered a lot.
Okay.
He uncovered a lot. A lot of things that was hidden are finally coming out.
Yeah.
Think about all them people that's getting arrested for different things that they have been hiding for so many years are now coming out.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's the best, but he brought out a lot of things that people didn't see or didn't know about. Lisa said he didn't get to Trump. She didn't get the Trump memo.
He thought, yeah, he didn't get Trump memo.
He didn't get the Trump memo.
I wasn't trying to be rude. Sorry.
I know. I know. I caught it. I read between the lines. Look, I read
Yeah.
between the lines and the dots. As the guy said, dots, D-O-T-T. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you could have seen
Yeah.
my face, you've been laughing before you finished talking to him. You've been fat laughing before you got off the, got off with him.
I try to give everybody a chance, just like Tiff.
Yeah,
I try to give you a chance until you
yeah,
realize I can't do it
hey,
anymore.
ain't nothing but a fail. Like you say, you can vex them, and that's what we did. We vexed them.
Yeah. So I had that energy. But yes, I'm hoping that 2025 just to be a year of healing as we
I,
count down to the end of
I don't
the
see the
year.
healing until April for everywhere.
Um,
I'm gonna tell you why till April.
mhm.
Because there's a lot of scars. There's going to be a lot of adjustment in January.
Okay.
So people are going to have to adjust and take things and figure out things by April. You're going to start seeing things smooth out.
Okay. I hope so. Let's see, this is gonna be a long walk home.
Yeah. And, you know, like I said, there's a lot of things that's going to be in place. And everybody's saying, they keep saying Napoleon's going to be y'all downfall. Well, if you put your mouth on somebody and put negative thoughts, then people are going to start thinking negative thoughts. You have to think positive. And from what I read in his history, he has did a lot of bills that in the House, I mean in the Senate, that
Mhm.
had benefited people.
Yes.
So he can't be all bad.
It
But
can't be all bad. No.
now
But
he had that. I think he got 18. I think it was 18 or 19 bills that was passed in the Senate in Illinois
mhm.
that benefit people in the positive way that I read.
Yeah.
Because
But
see, it's not so much of what you hear or see; it's what the work he done.
yeah, but you have like there's a activist out here um, in the community, and not all is good what is being said, but whatever you see is what you see. But when you talk to different people who actually have interaction, it's not what everything is not what you see. But no one's perfect, so I'm not even going to say
Right?
he's not bad, but it's
You
more to the
know.
story.
I'm like, okay. They said I saw somebody had made a comment on somebody's. I can't remember who it was. Their channel, and they said sometimes you have to choose between the two evils,
True.
and sometimes one evil better than the other evil. A lot of people don't like Trump, but right now we got Trump, so we got to make the best of it.
That's true. And you know what? At the end of the day, Thornton Township is to aid the community. And if he continued to make sure the community gets the aid and without the drama, then what more can we ask for, right? He's
Right.
not
I
gonna
mean,
he's
he's
not gonna
only doing it just aiding the community, make sure the community is having what they need. So my thing is, he's been in politics for quite a while. He knows the ins and the outs, and a lot. Not everybody in politics is the best. Let's be frank. Not everybody in politics is the best, but not everybody in politics is the worst either. So
Mhm.
you're gonna have some good, and you're gonna have some bad. You're gonna have some great. You're gonna have some awesomes. So it depends on the person how they feel about what they want to do. And I think right now they need a little structure, not a lot, just a little structure to get things back in order.
Yeah, to get back on track, really.
Right?
Yes. I
Who
pose a
really
question.
runs Dalton?
Yes, that's the question in the chat. Who do you think really runs Dalton? Or is it being ran?
Chad, who really runs Dalton?
Come on,
We
we got 37 people in here. I know y'all can type. Or do you think that was a valid question to ask?
That's a
I
valid
mean,
question. Who
if you,
really runs Dalton?
yeah, I mean, if you're watching from everything you heard and seen, at this point, you could probably figure it out, right?
Yeah, we're gonna give you a moment. Think about it. Who do you really think runs Dalton?
Hmm. Okay.
I feel who really runs Dalton is her goons.
Hmm. And why did
I
you say
really
that?
do. Because they have, she does more of the talking as far as sitting at the desk, but the actual people that runs Dalton is the goons. She just, she's just a mouthpiece for them. I have listened to, okay, if you listen to the I want y'all to listen to, go back and listen to all day news things that they said in front of the news. Look who do most of the talking.
Mm-mm. She gonna have that big man come after us.
Who? Um
Oh,
you talking about Happy D's little brother.
yes.
Ha! As
Mm,
look, as my mother said, I'm never scared.
yeah, but
What,
in
Mufasa, you
person,
coming? Ooh, I'm scared. I'm scared.
deal. Yeah. I think
Mufasa and Milk does.
I think that who really runs Dalton is really the employees who actually continue on the day-to-day work
That's
and
them.
do, yes. But I
That's them.
yeah.
That
I
is them. She, even when she do her one-on-one Facebook live, she keep looking up at them. You can hear them in the background. One of them in the background saying somebody's so low you can still hear them.
mm-hmm.
So she looks up at them like, "Am I doing it right? Am I saying it right?" You can see her look up at them.
She need a coach. I've been trying to find ways to
Give her the benefit of the doubt.
the benefit of the doubt. Um,
There's no doubt there. That went out the window. Now I said, I guess somebody said, now I want some milk duds.
mm, yeah,
Oh,
interesting, right?
look, I had some dip. Remember I talked about the dip last night?
Mm-hmm.
I made some dip tonight.
Did you? Oh wow.
But yeah, I think it's more her administration that runs the show.
Mm-hmm. The three Migos.
Yes, Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Mm. Yeah.
And you got to think about it, they do all the talking. They always stand up for her. They always stand and you can't say this, you can't say that. My biggest problem is, and I forgot to ask them, that was another thing I wanted to ask Stephanie and Dr. Nikita. And I knew it was another question, but by the time I got on there, I can only think of one. But the
Mm-hmm.
second question is, how is Key Price able to have information on people voters registration when you're only a director of a food pantry?
I wish I had crickets. Um,
Think
what
about it.
was the question?
He's the director of the food pantry. So how do you have access to people's personal files in regards to where they live to see if they're eligible to vote?
Well, in my thought process, if it's the food pantry, I don't know. You get the, I know you have to show ID to get those that food.
Okay, you show ID, but that doesn't mean I can
I don't
show
know.
ID. I can show you a North Carolina ID, and I live in DC.
Well, I mean a valid ID. But I'm saying I don't know if they record
No,
it.
he said I saw it on your voter's registration
Uh,
in one of the videos, and that brought me up to, huh? How do you have access to people's voters registration when you only a director to the food pantry? He has too
hmm.
much access to people's personal files.
Oh, you talking about from inside Thornton
Right.
Township? But
The only person that's supposed to have that information is the clerk and the tax assessor.
so let's think this through. So how would he get it? I don't see how he could get it.
Yes, he can. If you got somebody to let you come in there and look through the paperwork, which is the mayor, or
She
the
has access to that paperwork.
yes, she does. Remember, she locked. Remember, she got rid of the tax assessor.
Oh, I forgot.
And remember, when they locked her out, they put the papers out on the tables out for everybody to see.
Wow.
Remember, she kept asking her, and she told her, "You cannot see what's in my office. The only
Right.
person supposed to see that is me. I can give you a copy of it, of certain documents, but you cannot have the whole file."
Right.
So now that she locked her out and she's no longer the tax assessor, she has all access to that altogether, which is illegal.
So, wait. So the tax assessor, she's still there though.
She's still there, but they don't already got the information.
Oh. So the tax. Wait. Okay. Let me ask you a quick question. Does tax assessor only have those who have property in the township?
And if you got property in the township, that means you have to have all of your actual location files.
Yes, but if you don't if you don't own anything, she doesn't have your information.
Right. But remember the people that was talking, remember, I think it was what's the lady that wear the different colored glasses?
Um, Brown. No, no, no. Oh God,
She's on what's the name's
she's running for trustee.
right, she's on one of the she's a trustee now on his on the Napoleon's, not Mary Avant, the other one.
No, I can see her name. Just said her name. Uh,
She got the weird looking wire glasses.
yes, I know. I can see it. I can't remember her name.
I can't think of her name right now either. But
Oh my God.
he told her when she got up there and was talking, he told her, "You not even a resident of the township."
Um, uh, oh, okay. Well, yeah. And she was one allegedly somebody shot at her house or something like
Mm-hmm.
her building.
Right. He said he told her that she was not part of the township.
Right, right. Woo, the drama in the LBC or the DOLTON
Mm-hmm.
or the township, all that.
Right.
That is, I didn't.
But see, a lot of
It's
people get
messy.
so mad at what they say, they don't really listen to what they say.
Mm,
And if you think about it, how do he know that? You only director of the food pantry. And if those people don't come there to get no food, how would you know that?
right, right. It's a good question. So I was trying to figure out how could he not know, but it's
I'm registered. I lived here in DC. I'm still registered to vote in Northeast, but I live in Southeast.
Mhm.
I just changed my registration from Northeast to Southeast because I didn't know I was already registered. I forgot I had registered in Northeast back when I first moved up here in 89, 86.
Mhm.
When I moved from North Carolina up here in 1986, I registered to vote in Northeast DC. But I
Mm.
live in Southeast now. So I had to get them to switch it over from Northeast to Southeast because I didn't think I was still registered. And they had me still registered in Northeast.
Yeah.
So how would he know if that person is registered in the township, but they don't live in the township? How would you know that? That means you're going in
Mm.
people's personal files. And how do you get access to people's personal files?
That's a question that must be answered.
I'm gonna ask Dr. Nikita or Sherry when I get a chance to see them again online. I'm gonna ask them the
Mhm.
question: how can a director of a food pantry have access to people's personal files?
I'm sure they're gonna give you that look. Hmm. Well, I'm sure he will happily let you know.
Oh, they'll let me know. Especially Dr. Nikita. Now that I talked to her live,
Mm-hmm.
she dropped the mic on me.
Oh, she did. Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
saw her facial expression. Then she said, "You know your stuff, girl. I'm dropping the mic on you."
Mm.
And when I was saying it, Jed looked down at the screen like, what?
Mhm.
He said, so she can't even get 5,000 to write a check for $5,000. And Stephanie said, nope. He said, wow, wow.
Wow.
And this is what I've been telling everybody.
Mhm.
He said, so she's not qualified. They said, nope.
Wow.
I said, that's why I've been trying to tell everybody. She's now that she don't have, that's why she's so upset and going after Chris and Carmen so hard about the insurance. Because she's not letting the people know that she's not insurable.
Okay.
She's the one that's not insurable. The township, it can be insured, but they can't have insurance with her on it. She wants them to have insurance with her on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That's why she don't want to vote. And the
Because she
thing that
want her
Carmen
personal
was
name,
taking off the budget was for those boxes for the food.
which is understandable.
And she got mad. That's why she said she's not accepting the partial, the budget amended. And that's when Carmen told her sister or her cousin that walked up there, that worked for the food pantry,
Mm.
is a
Oh, that girl was
dilemma.
related to Carmen?
Okay, if you look at the video, a lady walked up there. Her name is Tamika Henyard.
Oh. Yeah,
That's
she had a jacket on.
That's
Oh, I
her
know that.
cousin.
Wow.
And she walked up there, and that's when she went to walk away, and Carmen told her, no, no, no. She said, I have no problem for anybody getting their food. I'm not saying no to the food. We get the food every day, all day. It's just that we don't want to pay for the boxes with her name and the township logo on it.
That makes sense now. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So that's
Everybody
why
knows
Tiffany
about
keeps
it.
telling people they can't get the food.
Mm.
And they can get the food. It's just that they don't want to pay for the boxes with her name and her logo, the logo of the township on it. She wants her name on all the boxes. And you have to order those boxes. And they're tired of paying that bill.
I'm sure it's a price, especially for color print.
Right. And the boxes come, the food comes in boxes already.
That's crazy. So they have to take the food out of one box and put it into another
In
box.
another box, exactly.
So so that means that somebody, like somebody gotta be paid to do this. So that's taking hours of what you adding hours to the clock.
So basically, her cousin and whoever else she got hired down there to help Keith with the food to do that. Take the food out of the white boxes and put it in the boxes with her name and stuff on, so everybody knows it's coming from her.
That's crazy. Before we go further, it's how many people in here? It's 37 people. It was 40 in a moment ago. And all 40 people have not liked and subscribed and shared or hit the notification button. So please, I ain't begging. I'm just asking. Could you hit that button?
And I'm going to do James Brown. Baby, baby, please.
Okay. Yes. Oh, wow. I didn't realize the girl was related to her. It didn't click.
So she is the one that's helping down there at the food pantry. So what it is, Carmen was telling the young lady, it's not that we don't want to pay for you. You still got a job. We still want to get the food out. It's just that we don't want to have to keep paying for the boxes with her name and the company logo. And that's when Tiffany started yelling.
Yeah. Interesting, right?
So all it is that Tiffany is mad and telling people they can't have the food because they cannot receive the boxes with her name and stuff on it.
Oh, she have a temper tantrum. And that's crazy because she's being spiteful to the people.
Is. And just like me and Dr. Nikita and Stephanie said, that food, all those programs was there prior to her. And I get tired of hearing her making comments like the area is a poverty area.
No, it's not.
And it's not. That from what I don't live there, but what I've heard and what I've seen before, and one lady got up and said, I wish she would stop talking to people like we in poverty.
Yes.
We're not a charity case. We're not in poverty.
Correct.
And that's the image that she's given the world. That Dalton and Thornton, Illinois, y'all are poverty areas.
Thornton Township.
Right. They're, y'all are poverty.
And to be honest, some of them towns in that township, they got really nice homes in it.
Oh, I've checked, I've gone into the different townships, clicked on them just to see what they look like. Ooh, they're nice.
Yeah, really they are.
And I have looked at some of the ones of the houses in Dalton. There's some nice houses in Dalton.
They got some nice houses in Dalton, to be honest.
Right, that's what I was saying. I was looking at them like, them ain't so bad houses. I just can't stand the cold, but I would love to have one of them houses. They look really nice.
Yeah, but the only problem really is the Southland has it. See, while we all arguing about the Tiffany and whatnot, they have real issues like GUN violence. And I hate going outside at night because you can literally, there's always some kind of pow, pow, pow going down the main street.
Well, part of that is the police force. If you have no guidance and you got the young lady running the show and she's not enforcing, okay, from what with me dealing with law enforcement, you got the chief of police, you got your captain, and then you got your mayor. He's the big boss over everybody.
Mhm.
in the police department. And if you got a mayor, most of the time the mayor get on them if the area is too bad. That mayor start coming down. Look, you make me look bad. Fix it. The next one gonna break. The captain gonna bring it on down to the chief. Okay, you need to get your officers out there and figure this thing out. Because it's coming from a higher up. It's coming from the mayor,
Mhm.
and they want it done now. But right now, she's so busy worrying about the township and the voting and everything. The police is laid back, relaxed. Just like the young lady that came in the meeting with the golf club, then she talking about everybody keep fussing about her having a weapon. It ain't a
Ugh.
weapon and all that stuff. Well, the problem is y'all weren't the police didn't do nothing to make sure she was escorted out. Y'all escorted everybody out to Thornton. Why didn't you escort her out of there? She was
Um,
disturbing the peace.
So I think really there's a couple of problems here. So there's not a lot, in my humble opinion, there's not a lot of police in the community patrolling like it used to be. I think a lot of it is like even for the city of Chicago, a lot of police are afraid. They're not trying to get sued. They're not trying to lose their job. They just trying to live and make them and go home. So what happens is they gotten soft because they don't want to deal with the pressure because nobody's gonna back them up if something should happen. So a
Right.
lot of it just goes like it happens and they don't come maybe for 30 minutes later to see what happened.
Just like I was asked a question when it went down with George Floyd, right?
Hmm.
I had a lot of family members ask me, with you being ex law enforcement, how you feel about it? I said I have mixed feelings.
Hmm.
And it was like, and they saw my defunded police.
No.
I, look, like I said, I have mixed feelings. No, do not do.
No.
But what I'm saying is, you have to start taking, if they are corrupt police officers, take away their pension, take away some, go hit their pockets along with their job.
Hmm.
They need to create a database where a corrupt officer can't go to another area to continue to be corrupt.
There must be something because the young lady who was how do you say words without cut off on YouTube in Dalton, where she was uh,
Yeah.
unalived by the
Mm-hmm.
police, and her mother, Carla, I think her mother's name is
Mm-hmm.
Carla,
Carla Wilson.
Carla Wilson, yes. And so she went to a town in Indiana
Mm-hmm.
to inform them because he had applied for a police officer there.
Yeah, I
Now we
signed
don't
a
know.
petition for them.
Oh, you did online?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And so it has to be some kind of way that they're able to follow his. I think she said her family member lived in, what was it, Munster? I think it was Munster, Indiana. And that's how she knew. So it wasn't database. Okay. Because I'm trying to figure out how did she know, but in thinking that he was asking to be hired someplace else
And
with a
see, that's
database.
the thing is, people, the officers, just like, okay, say we have a corrupt officer here in DC.
Hmm.
That corrupt officer can go right there to Dalton and get a job, and we would know that that's where they went.
Right.
And they can be corrupt, and y'all don't know that he's corrupt.
Right.
And
Right.
the police department, some police departments don't go in depth. They just go by how many years.
Mm.
They don't go in depth on some police. I'm not saying all. Some police departments, especially small towns, don't have
Mm.
the capability. Okay, like the federal government. Well, some police departments, well-known police departments, they have the NCIC,
Hmm.
which is the National Criminal Database.
Hmm. Right.
They have that ability to go in and see where you are, who you are, what you did, what you ever did. Not every police department has that.
But they still have to be vetted, correct?
Huh?
They have to be vetted. Because I remember recently when the, rest in peace, the officer who was unalive in Oak Park, Illinois, um, the what's it, the what is what's the high ranking police officer called?
Commissioner.
Okay, that's what she must have been. And she said she was the one to vet him, so she had to go and talk to his references and to get him to be able to pass uh, to work for that town.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying all towns don't have the capability of doing so,
Right.
even through fingerprinting?
Right. Fingerprints ain't gonna tell you but so much.
Mm, okay.
Fingerprints is only certain places. Fingerprints only going to tell you what the local crimes you've done, misdemeanors,
Mm,
or felonies. If you're an officer, none of that gonna be on there
yeah.
because you haven't been committed. You haven't committed a crime.
Okay. I received that.
Now, me, I had to be fingerprinted. I had to do. They had to do a 10-year background check on me,
Hmm.
and because I had already had the secret clearance, it was no big problem for me to get the top secret because I hadn't did any crimes in the 10 years.
Hmm.
All they did was just make sure. All they did was update what they already had on me, make sure there was nothing that had changed from the last time when I got my secret clearance, and I got my top secret within 3 months.
Okay. Yeah, I remember my uncle. He had to get like my grandparents had to be interviewed. Some other people had to be interviewed before he was able to get a
Mm-hmm.
position with the government.
Mm-hmm. My grandparents, my parents, my my family, their
Hmm.
neighbors, my neighbors,
Isn't that something?
all of them. That's why when everybody's like the FBI taking so long, take my word for it. They make sure all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed before they come through that door.
Mm.
And they're not going to arrest you off something that you're only going to get 5 years for. They're going to have to make sure that you're going to get at least 15 or more.
Oh, they're not playing.
You're going to get 15 to 25 years to start off with before they even walk through that door to arrest you.
Okay.
They leave that to the police if you want to get 5 years.
Mm. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure. I'm
so
sorry,
with
sure.
so with me, going through that and going through the federal police, it was a little more in depth for me. And then I had to go through some other swearing in divisions before I can actually got the job I have with Homeland Security to deal with being you know, with the federal police and have the
Okay.
information I had in front of me
Mm,
that now that I still have to take to my grave.
mm, mm.
And so,
Okay.
people don't know there's a lot more to the federal government and the local governments than they think they know.
Hmm.
There's a lot. That's all I can say. There's a lot more behind the closed doors than people think.
Mm. I can imagine.
And even not even what you hear on the news is all correct.
Hmm.
And the sad part is that's all people have to go by.
Yes. And what
And,
else can you do, right?
right. And and that's why I kept telling y'all, I kept saying to everybody, she had more other things to worry about than the FBI.
Hmm. Oh.
And so you see that she has more things to worry about than the FBI.
Yeah, you kind of you shook my soul.
And you felt that down to your shanana.
I did. I did. I went down after that. I was like, I don't have any more to give today. I'm going to fake it until I make it. I don't have any more.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to process the information.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I said, people, y'all worried about the FBI. There's some more entities out there.
Some more letters out there waiting for you.
Exactly.
Well, sure. I don't know how you do it. Let me tell you, but I can't. I had to get up till about 1 o'clock this after. Yeah, well, yesterday. I said this third shift is for the birds.
I my body done got adjusted to it.
Oh,
Now
okay.
being my body, one thing about me and my body, it adjusts pretty good.
Hmm.
And I got up about that time. No, I didn't get up. I got about up 10:30.
Okay.
But and I went back and took a nap. But you know, with me being retired, I have nothing else to do.
Mm.
All I have is my little companions,
Yes.
and I have my YouTube family,
Yes.
and I deal with my day to day.
Hmm.
I read my Bible because I'm going to soon be a licensed
Oh,
deaconess.
congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm reading my Bible.
Hmm.
I'm studying my Bible. So sometimes, I have to get my mind away from that for a moment too. So I finish letting that before I overwhelm myself.
Definitely. You don't want to be a Tiffany.
So that's why I say there's the young lady brought up something that made me do some insight because now we know what stemmed from the way she is now. What
Hmm.
was it that made her spiral out of control to make her be the way she is now? And
Yeah.
she gave us a little in depth to what can cause somebody to be that way.
Mm. Yeah, she sent me a message saying, "Oh, that was such a vibe being on the show today." Okay, you gotta come back.
Right.
So,
And see,
yeah.
and we didn't get up there where you so young, you don't know, you don't do this, you don't. We got up there and and I encouraged her. I said, "You're very articulate." And and she said, "Oh, thank you for that." And you know, we gave it. A lot of times people don't listen to the young people,
Hmm.
and just like that young man came up there talking about where us people is slave mentality. Okay, baby, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Yeah. And I was
Because
like,
first of all, I don't have a slave mentality, and I don't have a slave mind.
yeah. And I didn't have time for all that kind of conversation because this is not what this show is about. So I'm glad you all were still there because I was about to end it and go do something else. I just came to, to try to do my part in society and to help bring awareness to the other side.
Right,
Not
and you
to
got to, and we have to see how this affects the young people. Everybody keeps,
Mhm,
we know how it affects us, but how do it affect the young people to see adults at each other the way they are? She said she was embarrassed. And
mhm.
imagine how many young people in that area that is looking at these people fighting and arguing and mad at each other. And someone probably say, over food. Think about it. If I was young, I'd be looking at them like, y'all upset and mad about food?
Yeah, that is true. And let's think about this also. They look in the things that young people are going through today is really showing them how we resolve conflict or
Mm-hmm.
conflicts. So hopefully we could just make a difference and, show that just talking and trying to work together to figure this out, not always be so at each other.
Right.
That's what happened by being grown. We didn't get this far for nothing.
And that's why I kept saying she's an adult. She know right from wrong.
Hmm.
She's an adult. You make an adult decisions, you deal with the adult consequences.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
there's no sitting back saying because she grew up that way, she don't know right. Everybody know right from wrong. And she
Yeah.
remember the young lady said, "No, everybody. Oh yes, everybody know right from wrong. Even a baby know right from wrong to a certain degree. You just got to keep directing them to make sure they continue to remember to know right from wrong."
Yeah, but you know what? And saying that, hearing what she said, and then hearing you repeat it makes me realize is that it's just at the end of the day, it's about perception.
Mm-hmm.
It's your perception of what is right and what is wrong.
Right.
So,
And see, so people know right from wrong. You know you shouldn't go out there and steal, but you steal anyway.
right, you know
You
that water is hot. You don't put your hand in that hot water.
right. So it's certain things you know right from wrong from. So you can't sit back and say, well, she may not know. Yes, she do.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, how long? I said almost a year. I was still giving her doubt when I first started watching it. And
Right.
I figured she might turn it around. She might fool me. But it got worse. And that's when I kept saying her mindset. Everybody keeps saying it's her mindset. People change their mindset to a point. This is who I am. You either take it or leave it. I am who I am.
Right.
Until they change that mindset, they're going to stay that way in thinking.
Yes. Well, you know what? I know it's about 5:30 your time, 4:30 my time. I am going to bed.
I am getting ready to shut it down too, because my kitty cat is. I have hot flashes, and he's making me hot
Oh,
because I can't move. He's all curled up and sleep on me, and I can't move, and he's making me hot.
is it a small cat or a big cat?
Small. This is
Oh,
my baby. His
oh,
name is Tiger Lee,
Tiger Lee. Nice to meet you, Tiger Lee. I
and
don't have
he.
any. I don't
So
have any.
I have two. I have one that's named Diamond.
Okay. Diamond
Her
and
name is Diamond Angelique.
Diamond Angelique. Okay.
Her name is Diamond Angelique Ingram, and Tiger is Tiger Lee Ingram. He has the tiger stripes.
Oh, I didn't catch that part. The last name I caught.
Yes, his name is Tiger Lee Ingram, and Diamond is Diamond Angelique Ingram.
That is hilarious. Okay. Well, everyone, I appreciate you staying
We
up.
love you all. Don't
And
forget to like before you leave and hit the notification button, hit the so you know when we come on again, come join us. We the third shift crew.
yes. And Michael, you late. But I thank you for stopping by.
Hi,
Again.
Michael. Hi, Boo.
Yeah.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
So
But
again,
it's
thank
okay. I'm glad you stopped by. But Michael, we getting ready to leave. But don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the like button,
yes.
and
And
come back and see us.
hopefully I probably won't be back until Monday. Monday, Tuesday.
Okay. Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I hate to. Okay, Michael. Yeah. So
Oh.
have a good Sunday and
And if
enjoy.
you get a chance, Michael, just go back and, you know, check us out what you missed tonight or
Oh
this
yeah,
morning.
really. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it was on that 6 hours yesterday. Yes. So again, thanks everyone, and we'll see you soon.
And as
Later.
I always say, y'all come back now. You hear?
Peace.
Peace.